She stands there. She has the cards already set. She's actually sitting down. She's a very old woman. Her wrinkles across her face. Her eyes, if you look close under her hood, almost like cataract. Barely she can see almost. She has two sets of cards set out here. You don't know what it is. Esmeralda does, and Cinderos does a little bit. Cinderos, you know that like fortune telling is a common part of the Vistani culture. Some Vistani can do it very well. Others just do it to make coin and just, as an entertainment function as they travel out through the world of Zin. She stands there, or sits there, I'm sorry, and she's just seeing what you guys are going to say. What do you guys do? You all are sitting around at this table in her tent.
Who should go first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go next.
Strahd had mentioned that my goddess isn't here. What did he mean by that?
The goddess of Voltune, child?
Yes.
The seasons are always the same here. Never changing.
It doesn't change here. What year is it?
You are so lost and forgotten. You have forgot when you came from and where. The year for us here in Barovia is 971.
Am I able to speak to my goddess then, or no?
You can call out to her, but you will never hear an answer back.
And what of my other goddess?
Your gods have forsaken you now.
I don't have any more questions.
There is 2 decks here, which I will tell you your fortunes. The high deck and the low deck. And she waves her hand using prestidigitation, and the cards shuffle randomly. Who will draw first? Everyone needs to roll a d20. Add your charisma score. I will roll for Esmeralda. Add whoever has the highest number draws a card first. So I rolled a 16 for Esmeralda.
So just a charisma?
6.
Mist does.
Ooh.
She looks over at Mist. Your god has blessed you to draw the first card. She takes the pile and kind of shuffles it. She waves it and she carries it with magic and plops it right down in front of you. Oh, I have to put it down over here. And she waves again. The deck shuffles. She's like, are you satisfied?
With my goddess?
With your card that you're about to pick.
Yes.
So grab a card off the top. She moves it over to these stones over here. Good. She puts it back. The deck back in place for now. These cards will tell you how to beat the Dark One. If you wish to, of course.
Marcus's eyes brighten up a little bit.
This card tells of history, of knowledge, of the Ancient One. to help you better understand your enemy. For it is the card, like you, child, an elemental product. She flips over the card. It's the Elementalist card. This card means where you will find this knowledge. It lies still, untouched and hidden from the Dark One, near the library of the goddess who has not been seen for centuries. The next card. Everyone roll a d20. I will roll for Esmeralda. Whoever rolls the highest goes next.
Do I roll again?
No.
Okay, I was not saying that.
Probably Senrose.
Who got the highest score, guys?
I haven't rolled
Irina.
yet. Hold on.
Oh wait, Sinros did.
Haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
Nope.
Nat 1.
Alright, do I pick from the big deck or the little deck? I'm a little man, maybe the little deck.
Magically,
Oh, no, the big.
she magically moves the deck over in front of you. She shuffles a little bit magically. The cards fling and fly in front of your face and all collect back right in front of you. She says, "Satisfied?"
We won't know until I pull, now will we?
Do you want to, she's asking if you want to shuffle it again.
No, it's shuffled.
Take
It's fine.
a card out.
Senrose uses Mage Hand to pull out a card
You
just
gotta
so
just
it can be in
click
front.
it. You can't drag it. Yep, there you go. Drop the card. Thank you. She moves the deck back into place. She takes your card and moves it into the next spot. This
Senrose
card.
got left-
Yes, what do you want to say before I tell you your fortune?
Well, one's fortune doesn't change just like that. I need to know what it is first. Then I can change it.
This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. She looks a little bit over at Mist. It is a card perfect for you, for it is your destiny, gnome, that you chose the illusionist card. She pulls it over, and before she says it, before she flips it over, that it is the illusionist card. Very fitting for a gnome. Illusionist. This tells you you will find this artifact of hope near the lost dragon soul. A vow forgotten. The last hope of the order. Find him. We will draw again from the low deck. She shuffles it magically. Roll. For Rima will tell you your fate. Esmeralda stands back, just like kind of stunned a little bit of what's going on.
You roll. Okay.
I don't think, Marcus, you rolled. You just had a +4.
Yeah, I messed up.
So far, okay, Marcus got it, right? You do not believe in the god of Rima, Paladin?
Although I may not follow the god, if you're saying there's a way to defeat the devil of Barovia, I'm all ears.
Her eyes are like cataract. She just stares at you like, but you feel she is watching you. She shuffles the cards magically. She waves her hand over them many times. As a little buddy shows up, a wild creature appears. Are you satisfied? Excellent. For the gods, have not forsaken you today. But be careful, Paladin, for you have already tested the Dark One once. The next time may not be so easily. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a holy sword of sunlight to vanquish Bull's greatest champion. And you must be careful, particularly, Paladin, Marcus of the House Darkbane, for if you are not careful in these cursed lands, you will go down the path of the dead. She flips over the necromancy card. You will find this weapon. A man who is not what he seems. He comes in a carnival wagon. Therein is what you think, but only half of what is whole. Rima is a forgiving god, but also a cruel one. Congratulations, we now draw from the high deck for this one. She shuffles them again. Satisfied? Excellent. She's like kind of looking at you, but not really, because she's basically blind, right? Her wrinkled arms move ever so quickly across, her bony fingers. The flickering of candlelight illuminates the tent. Outdoor, the wind blows in the cold breeze as you guys have lost 2 months of time. She drops the card to the top spot. This card will shed light on one who will help you greatly against Bull's champion, the ally. But be careful, for he is a beast. She flips open the card. It's the card of the beast. He is a man of death. His name is Aragog of Estani. He will forsake his dark lord to serve your cause. Beware, for his soul, she touches her chest a little bit, is rotten. Who next calls on the gods? Roll a d20, everyone. That hasn't already drew a card. She's just moving, she's not touching the card, she's just using like prestidigitation, like the cantrip to like slowly wave the cards over.
I'm guessing I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, Esmeralda. 11. So Noni rolled the highest. Yep, because we have 3 people left. That makes sense since there's 7 places out. She knew you were coming. She drops the high deck in front of you. Shuffles it. Doubters are everywhere there, aren't they, Druid? For your... Do you believe in me?
No, not at all.
Do you wish to shuffle the deck? Or cut the deck?
Do I just need to draw?
Draw your card of fate. You flipped it over, though. She puts it back in, shuffles it again. Put it over here, child.
I just pressed draw.
Yep, don't hit draw. Just click and draw it over. There you go. Excellent. She moves it back into place. The high deck is one of power. She puts the card in the center. This is where you will find the Dark Lord when you wish to seek him out. Your enemy is a creature of darkness now. His power is beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. She looks over at Marcus. if you dare. Druid, there is more to see than you have sought. She flips over the card of the seer. He lurks in the Hall of Bones, in the dark pits of his castle.
Is he in your? Is that why we see the seer?
What do you say, Noni?
Is he in your closet, and that's what we see? If we open up your closet, will we find him lurking in there as you're the seer?
Roll. For Rima has no humor here. Roll a d20, whoever hasn't rolled again. Irina rolls a natural 1.
What?
Esmeralda, ironically, rolls a nat 20. Perfect. Perfect.
It's just not my day.
Give
She
us
takes to Esmeralda, the late. You are a late, Gregoria. Outcast, for the god of Rima, you are no longer connected to the strings of her fate anymore. She shuffles the 11 cards in front of you. Choose. You draw a card out? Or do you want to
Yes.
shuffle the deck more?
I'll just draw a card.
Okay. She puts it back, the high deck left over here. She puts it into position. The gods smile on you, for you now have their favor. You have allies among the mists and the holy paladin of Votun. She flips over the card of mists. What has happened? The god of Rima has blessed you. You get a special fate point. Let me pull it out. This fate point is special. I'll put it right here in front of you, Esmeralda. You can carry it throughout your levels if you want to, but you can also spend it like a regular fate point. Unlike other fate points, this one can carry throughout your levels. The gods have blessed you. And of course, it's only fitting the haunted one, Irina, is last.
Oh,
And she
jeez.
looks with a frown across her face as she drops the deck in front of you and magically shuffles it. She says, "Poor child. The Dark Lord has seen you already. And you gave him your hair. Draw a card, child. Do not be afraid."
Uh-oh.
Well, you don't want to hit draw. You want you did what Noni did.
Yeah.
You just want to take a card and drop it in front of you. There you go.
There we go. There we go.
I know you are a nervous child, and I would be if I were you.
Awesome.
But it is not the first time you have been nervous, nor the last time. She like frowns a little bit. Irene, it would seem, for you have been here for a long time, haven't you, Irina?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
The gods
Seems.
curse you, and the road to hell will be filled with trials and tribulations. Be careful, for the Dark One. There is no hope, and this will not be the last time you have died. She turns over the Executioner card. And what has happened is you lose a fate point. The gods have cursed you. She says, "I have told you all that I can tell." What do you guys do?
You can answer no more questions.
I can answer anything you want. She like blind as a bat. You guys are just all sitting there, her hands are on the table, the cards are out in front of you. Your fate and the Tarokka deck reading has been done. You've had your reading done before, Esmeralda, but never by a true master. One so knowing that she knew every card before it was even turned over. The cards are not marked in any way, for she is the mouth of Rima, the chosen of the gods. She sits there patiently.
I admire your talent. I'm just telling you, I haven't met a lot of fortune tellers in my life, but you are something special. I had a really good time. I'm getting tired.
She holds out her... Sorry, go ahead, Sinrose.
Sinrose is like looking at the card, trying to figure out if she marked them with magic or
Making
what.
it-
Hey, Sinrose pulled the illusionist card. She obviously rigged this.
Let me pull out Sinrose's thing here. So Sinrose, I'm going to start rolling for you guys a little bit more. Sinrose rolls an insight check. The cards appear to be totally normal for now.
We'll just mark Sinrose as sus, but yeah, he's doing. He's trying to figure out the card trick as well, just like minor illusioning a little card deck or something.
What happened?
Thank you, Madam Eva, for this blessing you have bestowed and reading you have given my party. Have you come across Dr. Van Richten at all in your travels so far?
I have already told you, but you did not listen. He is... She points to this card. I think it was this one. Oh, wait, I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry. She points to this card right here, the Necromancer card that Marcus drew. She's... Your master comes here. He is here. You must...
He's the carnival wagon man.
He is not foolish like you, Paladin. He does not want to give up his hair so easily. He is in disguise. He is east.
Thank you, Madam Eva.
She gives you a little hand sign. What do you guys do?
This is like not in character, but what I guess for if usually fortune tellers like they get payment for like 2 copper or something.
She has not asked for any payment. She knew your names before you even came in. For her, it's merely a matter of destiny.
Okay.
Nice.
If you want to tip her, you can.
You believe we could get out of here?
The cards tell of you of many fates. For the path to road out of here is not easy. For this cursed land can corrupt even the greatest of men or women.
How?
She holds out her bony hands. She doesn't respond. She just kind of looks at her hands and her face a little bit. She's like, I have seen many adventurers. They look just like you. But this land can corrupt them so easily.
Well,
Let's do
where
it.
a few read, it can also be written. I think we have more than enough time to write our own futures for ourselves.
She'll get up, Mist will get up and thank her, and she just looks very pensive as she will leave the tent.
Before you go,
And I'll just stop.
let us all hold hands. For if you wish to survive this endeavor, it will not just be one of you, but all. You feel like she wants to do more for you, but she can't. She takes her hands down, and she points towards the end of the tent for you guys to go.
Thank
you.
you, Madam Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You guys
I'll
leave the
have to-
tent.
Before I walk out, I leave 2 gold pieces.
She leaves it. She doesn't grab them off the table. They're just sitting there. She just nods at you. And she stands up. And she comes over. She actually walks out of the tent with you guys, and she goes over to Noni. And she holds out her hand and wants you to hold her hand. Do you hold her
I'll
hand?
take it. I've been raised right. I respect my elders.
Her old, hand, bony hand. She's not an elf, you don't know. But she holds out her hand. It's bony, cold. And she puts the other hand on top of you. She's like, your heart is good, is it not?
Pretty much, yes.
She points to the sky. She's like, the skies, the mountains. She grabs down to the earth. She grabs some earth. She pours it out like the sand, and the snow mixed together with it. She's like, this is all controlled by the Dark Lord. To break his magic, there are 3 ambers, as you would call them, here in Barovia. If you wish to help me, go east to the old mill and get the amber from the 3 women. What is your response? She's trying to gauge your reaction.
You see her grow determined.
For the lands of this was not all Strahd's lands before here. It was once a great land, a forest with people. And she turns around and walks back into the tent.
Noni just kind of smiles and goes, then it will be one day again.
What do you guys do? And with that being said, the last railroad track comes off the table.
Right, well-
Yes, let's sleep. Let's sleep.
So you guys are in the Vistani camp, just having a good time right now. The Vistani have said to you, they want you to kind of have a good time, right? You guys can rest here if you want. You go up to one of the Vistani, right? And let me kind of switch up the music a little bit to kind of get... Well, we'll just leave this music. But it's more like a celebratory music. Even early out in the morning, the Vistani are kind of just relaxing, traveling east to Zarfals. And one of the Vistani, you guys go around the campfire. And he says, before you rest here, you're more than welcome to rest. But you can also go north to Krezk. Maybe they will let you in, where you can have a more permanent rest.
How far is that away, sir?
He points, and there's a city, if you look on the map on the table that I put out, you'll see it. You'll see the name. I think you guys should be able to see it. It's Krezk. It's right here. They're just on a crossroad, so it's probably like a good 5-10 minute walk to the city gates.
Oh.
And I can show you guys a picture, but he is also offering, if you guys want to just rest here, But he's like, if you want to rest here, you need to, each one of you needs to tell me a story. He looks over at Irina. What is your story, child? He shouldn't call you child, actually, because he's like a grown man. And you're kind of a grown woman, but...
My story.
We are storytellers here.
Like, just any story, or...
Any story.
Okay.
You can tell us your story, or the best story you know. He's kind of like handing food out. He's like handing it around if someone wants to take it. You know, it's kind of like a little gourmet thing, you know? Like a little plate of hors d'oeuvres or something, right?
Hors d'oeuvres. Around the fireplace, I
Yeah,
guess.
whatever.
Or the fire pit. Oh, jeez.
Well, what is your story?
Since Irina doesn't really remember her past that much, she tells the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah.
What about you? Points over to Mallory.
I got plenty of stories. My Peppy used to tell me so many stories. There's this one he used to tell me during Yule 3 years ago. Okay, so it's from in a far off land in the north where it's winter 10 months a year, and they have a winter celebration to make sure everyone is happy and fun, and they would all go party at the one person's house, and they would eat and dance all night until the sunrise. So the blacksmith's daughter used to love dancing for the winter celebration. She was the best dancer in the village. And so that night she was dancing, having a lot of fun in the cabin. And a handsome stranger just comes to her and say, "Would you give me this dance?" And she was like, "Sure." And so they would just dance the whole night away. They would dance and swing, and they would have so much fun. They danced so vividly and beautifully that they didn't realize that the wooden floor started to char and turn into ashes. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, a column of fire just burst, and then nothing. The blacksmith's daughter and the handsome stranger were not there. Nobody know what happened to her. Nobody know who the stranger was.
Must be a demon.
Maybe. But I mean, Papi told me it was, some people say it's this sort of big evil tiefling from far up north, but other people say it's just a random guy from the city, so we don't know.
What about you there, elf? Yeah, you. What is your story?
I'm only half, but sure.
Oh, my apologies.
She'll tell him the story of the great tree and everything that happened there.
That is a sad story.
Yes, it is, and I've heard that there might be parts of it here. Have you heard anything of that?
I do not
have
know.
a lead on one of them.
I do not know about this tree or anything like that. All I know is the elves, they left long ago. They do not like being here in this cursed land as much as we do. It's a shame. If they were living here in Barovia, we would make so much money off them, I'm sure. But there are some elves still here. You travel east, they live with us, and outside of Valaki.
Outside of Valaki?
Yes, and you must be careful, especially you, for you cannot date or marry any one of them. For if you do, he looks around. The dark one will come for you.
Really?
Yes. And what about you, Paladin? What is your story?
I'm second born from Elish and Marius, from a town very far from here.
We travel all over the place.
moved.
Where's it at?
Shirebrook.
Shirebrook? Never heard of it.
It's That's what I'm saying. It's far from here.
He lets out a big yawn. It goes still over to Esmeralda. What is your story there, Gregoria?
I have a story. So, it was a few years ago. Me and my old master, we were hunting down some goblins, and in preparation, we had learned their tongue, as one should when hunting its enemies.
I like this story.
And we were going through the swamp, slowly moving, tracking them. It had been a few weeks. We were running low on food when we had come across a hunting party of goblins. We were able to convince them we were actually there to trade with them. We walked all the way into their camp, and as we got up to the Goblin King, my master takes out his sword and just stabs it straight through his eye. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. We proceeded to take on nearly 50 goblins by ourselves.
50?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Is this a myth or a true story?
Oh, we speak nothing but the truth.
He looks at you a little bit. He's like, uh-huh. What about you there, Voltun?
Fish story.
She looks at your symbol of Voltun. He's like, we need some more of that here in this land. The season of spring and summer never become here.
That is
The clouds are sky, like there's no sun. Now it's fully dawn out. I'm sorry, miss. I'll move up the time though. Another half an hour. It is now 10:30.
It's rather unfortunate that you don't have seasons here, but I don't know. I grew up as a Ganassi, and they're not very often seen, so I was always a spectacle whenever somebody would see me.
Well, you are attractive to me, sir.
Well, thank you.
I think he likes you.
She'll just look down at the ground and blush and just not say anything else.
Well, what about you there, gnome? What is your story? We do not see many gnomes around these parts.
Yes, let me tell my story. The fire around the campfire turns blue as a silent image of a giant book appears above it and opens almost like a pop-up book. From within, you see a large city. I come from a place called Gerin. We were quite peaceful, a wonderful trade city. But one day, fire rained down from the skies. You see the fire encompass the book, come down and light flame to it. And we didn't know what to do. The skies were blackened, armies were rushing into our cities. None of us had time to do much more than grab the closest person to us and begin running. We tried to get out, but there were people all over, trampling others. In just the nick of time, my parents managed to push me into a deep basement. I spent a long time in there. I don't know how long. I managed to survive only through eating small mushrooms and drinking the drippings of water that came through the ceiling. When I was finally able to escape, it was ruined. There was nothing. It was all charred. It was gone. My family, my friends, no one's left. Just me, my friends. There's just going to be 2 little minor images of me sitting right next to me. And my magic. From there, I've set out to learn more magic and find more about what I've lost.
He comes and takes a seat. He kind of stands up, comes over, takes a seat, hands you a drink. He's like, the last war took many people.
It did. We can't do much about it anymore, but we can always work to prevent another.
I will tell you now a story, gnome, about another gnome I saw. He came here not too long ago. Like you, almost. He went and gathered up all the people of the land. A few moons ago, I'm thinking. Not too long ago, though. Gathered up all the people. Headed east to Ravenloft. The people the Dark One came out. The people scattered, but he stood strong. And he fought the Dark Lord one-on-one. And it is said he has gone missing. And no one knows where he is at.
I see. Thank you. Perhaps I'll be able to meet such a brave gnome one day. We may very well come from the same place.
I hope he is alive. Maybe you will find him. If you want to beat the Dark One.
Time can only tell.
What do you guys want to do?
So,
We
You
get
guys
any
want to
time?
sleep here in the camp, or are you guys going to go to... This is like an open world now. You look at the map, you can stay here, go north, south, east, west, wherever you guys want to go.
because that's what I'm asking. Because if we're close to the 24 hours, I don't want us to stack another exhausted point. So should we rest here,
Yeah.
or should we go to the town?
I think we
we'd
should
be safe
stay
here.
here.
We've
Yes.
already
Yeah.
technically paid for it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just say this man's name is Regani.
Pagani?
Regani.
Bye.
He says, "We will leave then when you are done resting. Since you have been so nice to tell us your stories." And he takes you over to he just takes you to one kind of giant tent. You guys all have to sleep in there together.
We all puppy pile.
And so here I'm going to show you here something on the battle board, guys. So I'm going to be a little lenient this time. Here's your long rest counter over here. Here's your short rest counter. So originally you guys came into Barovia, and you guys were done resting. You guys rest at 10 o'clock. That's when your timer starts. You need 8 hours to complete a long rest. So right now the time is 10:30. So now what I'm going to do is change the time to 10:30. And I flip the coin back over, which means you can long rest, but you can't long rest until 10:30 the next day. Do you guys understand?
Okay.
So what's 10:30 plus 8? That'd
So
be
that's 6:30.
6:30.
6:30. So the sun is now coming down. You guys all crash out exhausted. But the sun is now coming down. And Rabani comes to your tent when you guys are all done resting. You guys have like a good sleep for once. Getting all that crappy mist out of your guys' lungs. So anybody who had an exhaustion stack can remove it, right? Based on the exhaustion rules. Now what you do is you can adjust your initiative to its true initiative counter. So you're going to do that on your own. So I'm not going to micromanage it all for you guys. So you need to adjust your initiative counter. So that means you need to add +5 because you're no longer at disadvantage. Or you could just look on your sheet from D&D Beyond. Exhaustion is a really critical point in our game. It's how you can die, basically. If you don't manage it, it replaces lingering wounds. But if you have questions about it, we posted stuff on our World Anvil page. But basically, it just replaces lingering wounds. It's a way to show that your character's still mortal, essentially. Now, undead do not suffer from exhaustion. Or most undead do not suffer from exhaustion. That's something you guys should know. And certain creatures do not. But undead in particularly do not. Do you guys want to roleplay for 5 minutes while you're in the tent?
Yeah.
Which piece is our initiative counter?
Your initiative
bottom.
counter's in the bottom right.
Ah, thank you.
And you're just going to click that plus arrow.
Marcus just goes, "Oh, thank Tyr," and just goes,
You doff your
seems-
armor, though. You have to take your armor off.
"Yeah."
That's another thing, too, is
And
anybody
he's
with...
snoring.
I think anybody with heavy or medium armor has to take their armor off at night to sleep. Everyone else, you can wear light armor like leather, like Noni was talking about on our first game, without suffering an exhaustion stack. So you need to take your armor off, otherwise you gain an exhaustion stack. Or we'll roll a con save or something like that if you want to sleep with your armor on.
So I
Noni
just
just like face plants without taking her armor off.
You guys just killed the big beast in the dungeon. What do you guys want to do?
So I just go to Cinderella and say, hey, I didn't know you were from Gettin.
Yes, I come from Geddon. It's been a while since I could say I've really come from there, but
I'm from Gettin too.
Oh, what
Yeah.
do you know?
Yeah!
We meet friends in all sorts of places.
Yes, so it sounds like you had it rough, huh?
Yeah, I don't think anyone had it well in the days of the attack.
Yeah.
We're here now, so that's what matters, right?
At least, yeah. Hey, just by curiosity, when did you came across someone not named Boris Kador by any chance?
Not to my knowledge, but I will surely keep an eye out for him as we're traveling.
Okay.
I'm also searching for plenty of people who come from Geddon, mostly gnomes.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm just asking. No, just maybe by any chance. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
for sure, if you see any gnomes, send them my way too. I'd like to make sure they know where to go for relocation. They
Got it.
Might be safest.
You just hear a muffled in the sheets go, "Gnome, where to go?"
I take off the bear rug that has been draped over me that I've been lugging around and kind of just like lay it over Noni and be like, yeah, there you go. There's.
Thank you.
It's almost like a weighted blanket to just seep out the anxiety.
You hear snores emanating from underneath it.
Notice minor illusions the top of the tent so it looks like stars, just so it feels more like night.
Beautiful. The tent like darkens a little bit and a flickering of some constellations. Now they're not accurate because Cineros is not that good, but he's getting better. As Esmeralda would know, the constellations. You guys wake up. It's Regani comes to you guys' tent. He's like, "You sleep well?" You guys are all kind of just like, "Oh my god," coming out. He's like, "The mist will do that to you. I suggest you don't go back in them." And you guys are all coming out. That they're starting to pack up everything, and they're gonna head east. You look over.
Regani,
You
I
look.
may have some things to give you for trading if you would like.
So this is how trade is going to work with them. If you want to trade with them, that's okay. But you're going to roll a d20 plus your con modifier. I'm sorry, your charisma modifier. Basically, persuasion. And he's going to roll, I'm going to roll another 2d20 myself, then times it by 10, and that's how much gold they'll trade with you. Now, when you get an item, we mark it in on our shared Google Sheets. That's in the party's inventory. Right now, Esmeralda is the party treasurer. So first of all, Esmeralda does not have the highest charisma, for starters.
Nope.
But she rolled an 8 already. So she kind of went ahead without you guys. I rolled 2d20, so it's 80 gold right now, plus 18, so 240 gold worth. These traders have 240 gold worth to trade with you. So I will just, to micromanage it a little bit, Esmeralda can do that on the sheet, and you can trade the equivalent of 240 gold's worth of items. Now, the listed item price there on the Google Sheets is the selling price to a merchant. When the merchant wants to sell you something, when you want to buy something from the merchant, they might upcharge you, depending on how good your persuasion is. It's obvious you guys need to start developing a little bit more group cohesion. Irina has some of the best charisma in the party right now. She is a master of eloquence and nobility. She dresses almost at nobility status. Right below a noble, like there's aristocrats and wealthy, she's kind of up there. As she came from the Burgomaster of the village of Barovia in the east. What do you guys want to do?
I was looking for it. Now,
I've been kind of narrating and railroading you guys hard this whole time, but now The adventure is in your hands.
Should we go to that windmill that Noni was told?
Have we traded yet, or are we just?
Esmeralda's just
yeah,
trading
did
away
you-
already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
did you
micromanaging.
guys? Yeah, I'm just gonna hand over trade 3 gold rings.
So
And
here's
jewelry
the
box?
thing, guys. If you guys don't put an X on it, that means nobody wants it, and Esmeralda's just free to sell it.
Well,
So who took the cloak of
Sell
protection is a
everything.
big question.
I think I did. I
Okay.
put it on my sheet at least. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody's cool with
Go
that.
ahead.
Yep.
Cloaks.
There are 4 potions. Should we like all start?
So
like,
how
one
you do that,
potion?
Esmeralda, is you remove it from that sheet, so it's no longer there in the party inventory. It's on your character sheet. Right? You
I
understand?
mean, we could keep the potions. I don't see
I
why
was
not.
yeah, I was planning to keep. We only can sell 240
You should
worth
split
of
up the
stuff right now.
potions. That's my opinion. You don't have it in the party inventory anymore. You want to split things up. You want to divvy the party inventory out. How do you guys want to do
Thanos
that?
did the spell book. Who wants the alchemist's fire? Otherwise, Sinrose would take that as well. They would have better use for it.
I took the silver sword, short sword. I already marked it.
Oh boy.
So I'm selling the ivory hairbrush.
For now, I'll say Sinrose says it. You can give it to someone else if they want.
25.
Whatever doesn't have an X on it can be sold because nobody has laid claim to it. That's how the system works to help automate the inventory. Because when you guys start
Where's the
searching
party
places,
inventory?
it's the first tab in our Google Sheet.
Okay.
If you go, and you guys can talk about the inventory in our Discord under the loot, whatever I called it, the loot bag or whatever. It's called loot bag. It's the bottom chat channel. And what happens is when you guys find some items, say like a treasure hoard, I copy paste it right in there, and I'll actually mark it where it's from. And if the item is unidentified, I will just list it as, I'll change it in there as unidentified until it's identified correctly.
I mean, I could take the. Let me see.
The Vistani are packing everything up. They're doing the final transactions with you guys.
Wish I done this beforehand.
Alright, so it'll be a total of 210. If I'm doing my math right. 205 is what we're getting selling. With the ivory hairbrush, the moss agates.
So you're going to
jewelry
add
box,
that gold to the
rings.
pile. You're going to take off the items from the sheet, add the gold. You add it to the whatever gold is in there in the party loot. And then if you want to split out the party loot evenly, it's the further over right tab. Let me pull it up. So you have total wealth of the party, and then you have coinage per person. So if you want to divvy out all the loot now from the party, because right now you're carrying on to, what is
And
it?
then I'm going to throw in a bear rug for free.
All right, the bear rug is being thrown away, essentially. Or gifted to Vistani, and they say,
Nani, you
Thank
can
you.
carry it if you want. It's 50 pounds worth 5 gold.
Oh wait, I have my regular strength back.
You do. So everybody has their strength back. I posted that in the rules.
Question for the Vistani. Do they have a map of Barovia that we could purchase?
We do not use maps, but there are some here. I'm sure you could find them. But the larger town, Valaki, east of here, I think that a few days travel though. East. He's like, and then I would not go south, maybe. But then further east here, from here, is the village of Barovia. A small little village. The trade there is not great. But the larger city of Valaki, east of here. And then, of course, he points to Krezk. He's like that village of Krezk, or they might be able to trade as well.
Okay.
He's like, do you have any other questions for me? No?
Are there any places you would avoid? Besides south?
Yes, I would avoid the mill you were talking about. Do not go there.
Why not?
Place is haunted.
With what?
Just do not go.
Well,
Where
we're
is-
going to go, so you might as well just tell us as much information as you have and set us off in the right place.
The elders have told us never to go there, so that is good enough for me to know. I will not go there if I were you.
I was gonna say, where is the mill?
East from here, east of Valaki.
East of Balaki, thank you.
Oh, Lady Eva mentioned, or someone mentioned that I should not go and try and shack up with any of the elves. Is there a specific reason for that?
I'm gonna roll persuasion check. The DC is
Esmeralda?
not high.
Esmeralda, have you figured out the split?
I just
I'll wait till
so
they're
if you
kind of
wanna
done
do
running
it,
and I'll
you
tell you.
can split with 7.
I will tell you another story there, half-elf. Many years ago, Strahd, the devil, of course, did not like. Someone killed a woman he liked. And this, I do not know all the details. You can ask Aragog if you wish. He is east of here in the Valaki camp, outside of Valaki. He might know more. But Strahd, when he get mad sometime, he killed every man, every woman, Dusk Elf, in the land. The Dusk Elves are mortal like you. And now they live eternally in the land. Their line snapped, broken. They cannot reproduce. Be very careful that you do not intermingle with them. For Strahd has eyes everywhere.
The split is 29 gold each.
Big money.
Sorry, 29?
29 each. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
If you guys have basic questions about the weather, like it's over here too. Like the weather is calm, but you have some flurries going on. You know, and it's cold. Like you guys have to kind of bundle up. The low of the day is 3 degrees. This is in Fahrenheit.
That's cold.
So it's below freezing. It's like Michigan right now in the wintertime. And you're in the month of, I think, what is it, Eros? I'm sorry, you're in the month of Katamathumia, which is the 6th month of the year, so basically in the dead of winter. Who let the dogs out? Do you guys have any other questions? See, when I railroad you, the story pulls long.
I'm ready
But
to
you
go to
guys,
this
this is up to you
windmill.
guys now. You guys want to go east to the windmill?
I think we should probably go to the town first, no?
Yeah, let's go.
It's on the way, you know.
Town first, and then
Only because if this man's giving us a lot of warning, maybe the town would know a little bit more about the windmill and things to watch out for.
We should go talk to Aragog,
Who's that?
that man that he told us about.
Aragog, be careful.
Aragog.
Yeah, it's
He has
the
a mean
Gauntmarker.
temper.
Sure.
Oh, that's fine.
He's just trading items with us for otherwise talking with you.
Sure. Let's go there then.
He's done
Is that
trading
his-
and they're all packing up in the Vistani. They like wave at you and they travel east. What do you guys do?
Aren't we going east?
You want to travel with them? You can.
I say we just tag along. They know where they're going.
You
I
guys,
mean, they're going to the town as well?
you guys don't want to go to Krezk, which is this town right near here?
Yeah,
it's
so
just,
we're-
I can't see like the full name of the place, so I just
Let me
keep
expand.
saying KR.
Let me expand it so you guys can actually see it more. Let me go up to here. See, now I'm moving it.
There we go. Thank you.
There we go.
So
Yes,
there's-
Krezk.
So here's what's happening is they're traveling east along the road. And then here's Krezk, which is a small city. You guys aren't close enough for me to show you the picture yet.
It's fine.
And then they're traveling east, and he tells you, so I have travel times for every place, guys. This is extremely detailed, this whole campaign. Basically, they're traveling to Krezk to go to Czar Falls, but they have to pass by Vallaki first. The map is not entirely clear. It's over a day's travel, though, it looks like. Or it's basically a day's travel to get to the Vallaki easily.
I feel like we need to get equipment at Krezk, like food and stuff. I don't know how much rations. I think I have a few rations. Does everyone have enough rations and stuff?
Yeah, you hungry?
Yeah, I have rations.
I have still 15 rations? Yeah.
Oh my.
I
Okay.
have, I think, a grand total of 2, so...
Yeah, it's a day's travel to go to Krezk from here.
Do you need some more rations, Irina?
Yeah, that would be... I haven't eaten for the longest
So I
time.
give you 5 rations.
Now, Irina just like came off the road. Remember, she was being chased by wolves, and she like came out of the mist and just collapsed on you guys. And then you guys went
Should
to
have
the death
eaten
house.
on the way there. Should have eaten on the way there. That was my bad, you know.
Didn't have the forethought to bring rations with her while being chased by wolves.
Yeah, it's my mistake. I should have known.
What do you guys
So do
do?
we want to go to Krezk first to kind of get the lay of the land, maybe get a map or something, or do we just want to follow the Santi to?
Yeah, I think we should follow them. They're already walking ahead. They'll just lead us right to the town.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see if the Vistani are actually going by there. Yeah, they are going by Vallaki. Now, here's how it works, you guys. As you guys travel, there's random encounters. I've already rolled and prepared all the random encounters. Actually, the Vistani are not stupid. So I made a mistake. They do not travel at night. And since it's already 6:30, they are going to plop their butts right here outside of Krezk, and they're going to leave first thing in the morning. But they were generous enough to have you guys rest. They will not travel at night in Barovia. So they're not traveling east, so you guys can do whatever you want to do. So I made a mistake, guys. I'm sorry.
So our sleep schedule is all a bit
Your
messed
sleep
up.
schedule is
Yes.
FUBARD, but it is what it is.
I don't know about you, but that house exhausted me. My skin was melting. I was trying to bury children who are slain without mercy, and that fog nearly made me choke. You see Marcus like pull out a pipe and he start to like pack a pipe with tobacco. He's like, this is just getting stressful.
Do we perhaps just want to wait till tomorrow as well? Do you think they would extend their hospitality for another night?
Sounds like if you're willing to
Santi
tell
are
a
If
story.
very
the
welcoming.
locals think it's stupid to travel at night, then, you know, it's probably stupid to travel at night.
I agree with this.
And also, I think it's gonna be better for if we're in the day. The shops are probably gonna be open in the day and not at night. So if you want to shop at shops in what's the place,
Krezk.
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 Yeah, it's probably better to wait until day so their shop's gonna be open.
So Krezk is literally, you guys can see it almost. It's probably like 10-minute walk, where Vallaki is 1 day's worth of travel. It's out here.
We
It's
could
out
just
east.
walk up in.
Yeah, let's go to the
Vallaki,
town.
Vallaki
for,
is a lot larger of a
afternoon.
city, but Krezk is like a small village almost.
We can go
Alright,
check
let's
out
go to
Krezk.
Crest then.
You guys can do whatever you want.
Let's go to Krezk.
Like I said, I made a
Let's
mistake
go
because
to
the guy.
Crest.
Now, I'll just say one thing. Like, people in a lot of people, like, you're talking to this guy, he's like, yeah, no one will travel at night.
I wonder if this will the Crest folk let us in the darkness?
You can try. The sun is coming down right now.
Okay, then let's go before it's too late. They might not let in outsiders after dark.
That is true. You have to talk to the Burgomaster.
All right, let's go.
You guys are going to go to Krezk. So I'm going to move your party icon onto the city of Krezk. I am not forcing you guys to do anything. So if you want to wait for the Vistani in the morning and go east, let me tell you how much prep I've done, guys. The whole thing is almost complete. There's only a few zones I haven't really prepped. Now, obviously, if I know you're going to go to a place more, I prep more. But a lot of this is also just winging it. So do you guys want to go east or you guys want to go to Krezk?
Crest.
Okay.
Talk about west. We can just go.
Like you could even go south if you want to. Or east
Krezk.
or whatever. Okay.
The city.
Okay, you guys are going to Krezk. Let me link you guys some pictures.
Yeah.
Let's just not go back into the fog.
The fog is to the west. So you're looking up in the mountains past Krezk here. You can see the fog is up there. The fog surrounds all of Barovia. To the west, you can't see it really down the path because you guys have already traveled kind of like, I want to say a few hours, so you can't see it through the Valasich woods. But the fog / mist surrounds all Barovia. Okay, I linked you guys a picture of Krezk from the outside. So now I have to pull up the maps and everything. So I have everything mapped out, as well as things are mapped out on tabletop. So I'm going to read you guys off descriptions and things like that. So you guys are maybe like 5-minute, 10-minute walk from Krezk. The Vistani don't want to like be too far away from the city. They want to be sort of safe, you know what I mean? But they don't intermingle in with the people. They're always outsiders, like gypsy folk. You guys approach the main gatehouse. The air grows colder as you approach the walled settlements. 2 square towers with peaked roofs flank a stone archway into what is to a pair of 12-foot tall, iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the doors is the name, Krezk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop a parapet, which is like the ramparts, you see 4 figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears. They watch you nervously. You guys are about 100 feet away from the gate. What do you guys do?
You look cold. Would you like a bear rug?
Yeah, we gave it away.
No, we didn't.
We did.
Yeah, we give it away.
No, Esmeralda just gave it to Noni.
Oh.
You gave it to Noni, so Noni's carrying the bear rug. The infamous bear rug from the death house. What do you guys do?
Our good luck charm.
You guys see the animated picture? It's pretty cool, huh?
Well, did they respond to me offering the bear rug to them?
You're about 100 feet away from them, so it's kind of hard for them to hear you. You have to get
I
closer.
will approach.
So this
I
is
will
how
also approach.
this is the outside marching order. This is your dungeon marching order. So right now Esmeralda is like up 30 feet ahead of you guys.
No, I'll be with the group right now.
Then move
since
your
we're not,
model
like,
back to the
kinda-
group.
Yep.
You move your character what you want to do. Now Noni, if you have to micromanage a little bit more. So if you're not in wolf form, you change your model. So Noni is kind of moving out towards the gate. I'm going to pull out the tabletop simulator version of Krezk. Now this is sort of like
Here.
whoever made this basically made like, I want to say an over like model of the whole thing. So it's kind of like the simulated map of it. The maps are sometimes not perfectly to scale on some of the maps. So either blow your characters up or blow them down. But it's not as bad as the Death House map. It's building and it's recalling objects. And I will switch it over so people can see what's going on. Boop. And not all the models are going to load in. That's okay. So this is kind of what the guy built to give you the physical representation of it. It hasn't loaded in for everyone. Irina and Esmeralda are still loading the map. But this is where we're just assuming you're kind of approaching the gate. Up on the hill out here, you see like a large building, like up on the mountains. Out in the mountains, way past here, is like mist. The fog of Barovia.
Wow.
Do you see it, Irina?
Yeah, I
it's
can
just
see
doing
it. Yeah.
the thing before. Like, remember when the buildings were floating for
It's floating a little
the
bit.
town of Barovia?
Yeah, these are
It's-
floating up here. You can see there's like a
Okay.
rock. So there's a rock pathway that leads up. The reason why is tabletop can't build hills, I guess. There are
Okay.
now I have seen hills in this map, so it can be done. But for whatever reason, this guy didn't build it in, and you know me, I'm not gonna build no hills.
Yeah. I just didn't know if that was supposed to be like that or if
This
it
is
was
just
like...
kind of a top-down.
That looks great.
I think it's just a top-down simulation of the map, and
Fantastic.
yeah, and this is just a little teaser for the whole thing. The whole of Barovia, guys, is built out like this. So you guys, I mean, I can put out your model if you want, but Noni approaches the gate. Let me kind of get ready. So
Is Pearl supposed to be here, or is that just for me?
What?
Bubble?
And there's
Yeah,
a
I see the
globe.
bubble.
There's a bubble.
Yeah.
There's like a sphere in the middle of the map.
Now, if there's a sphere or
Yeah,
something like
go
that,
find out.
and it means it hasn't loaded. I don't see what the sphere is at because it's
Okay.
loaded for me. If there's a giant sphere somewhere, it means it's a textured model that hasn't loaded in, or it hasn't been imported, and that's okay. It's not going to be perfect, but it's good enough for government work. So you approach the gate, and the guardsmen go, "Who go there?"
Hello, my name is Noni, and I would like to get into Krezk. As soon as possible, thank you. Don't want to be out here too late.
Fetch the Burgomaster. They go and fetch a guy, and this man. So as you guys start unlocking, I'm gonna unlock maps and things like that for you guys. As you guys travel throughout Barovia, we slowly unlock in World Anvil, which is connected into the main articles. So any character, place, or anything like that is unlocked. So when on our downtime, if you want to, you can always go back and search it for yourself. I have probably about 90, 70, or 90% of it already done. Some places are not done, obviously, but most of them are. And so I'm going to unlock a guy.
Is Irina in disguise right now? Irina, are you in disguise?
Irina's not in disguise.
I look like myself. For now.
Are we concerned about the fact that Strahd was looking for you and you're just
And the
kind of-
sun is falling.
I have no idea why he was looking for me. I would like to know myself.
Okay.
I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
Perhaps we shouldn't bring that up with the locals.
No.
Yes, that's what I was
We
wondering
should
if
not,
you were
yeah.
disguising
No, we should-
yourself to
I can no longer
interact.
help
Do
you
you
guys.
want me to? I mean, I could.
I don't know why he was looking for you. That's definitely
Like I said, I don't remember my past. Couldn't tell you myself.
Well, it looks like he likes to collect noble women.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying,
A man comes out.
you know?
So I unlock things and things like that. And I mean, I should link you guys to pictures and things like that because I put some of the history with them. This one I didn't put any elaborate history. But when you basically fully discover an NPC or an area, the whole area becomes unlocked. But if it's not fully unlocked, it means you haven't divulged all the secrets of the particular character or place. A man comes out. Hello. He's an older man. He's the Burgomaster. Now, Irina knows Burgomaster is kind of like the mayor, if you want to call it like that, or the leader or the elder of the city. He's like, hello. Who's talking to him?
Gonna nudge Marcus.
I'm gonna grab Irina and head up there and
Okay.
be like, "Hello, Burgomaster. We are looking for a place to stay for the night."
Getting late out.
Yes, it is. Hence, we are trying to get in forthwith.
What brings
It's
you
really
here?
scary out here.
A place to stay out of the warm and the cold. We are on our way to, really just travelers across the land at the moment.
Now Irina's talking to him. I'll make a persuasion roll.
Me?
Not Irina. I'm sorry, Noni.
Noni?
And Irina is theoretically helping me.
That's true. Well, Irina hasn't even said anything, so Irina is not up.
I
You
did.
say
I said
something,
it's really cold out here.
so I roll
That's
with
what I said.
advantage. Now, Irina scores much higher than Noni on talking to NPCs. Well, we do need help. Shout to here. We haven't got our wine shipments in.
I step over and say, "What help, sir?"
We can help.
Well, we haven't got our wine in lately for some reason. South of here, there's a winery. But I do not want to leave a damsel like this beautiful lady out in the cold. He points to Irina. And, but that does not mean you will all get off so lightly. He looks over at Esmeralda. You will have to chop wood.
No.
Sold.
But you have to promise me you will go to this winery and help me get the wine.
Irina,
We pinky promise.
there you go. We have pinky promised. Please let us in for the night.
Not
We
good
don't
enough.
back down
Not
from
good
pinky
enough.
promises.
He goes up to Irina and puts out a knife.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we swear with blood. He cuts his hand. He wants to sign his hand with blood.
Yeah.
You
Let's
cut
do
your
it.
hand?
Yeah.
Okay, you cut your hand. You take 1 hit point of damage.
That's okay.
And so how we're going to mark... So last time we made a mistake. Irina has to go to her area over here. Since you guys are all fully rested, yeah, you want to mark it on your... If you want to, you can mark it in your D&D Beyond sheet. But more importantly, you need to mark it in tabletop. So not only I see it, but everyone sees it.
Yeah.
Okay. That way we can know if someone needs to be healed in battle, you guys are not like frantic. And also when you guys flip your bloody chip, if something happens. He's like, well, you shook the hand of blood oath.
Mm-hmm.
You swore it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He looks at you to see if you have, he looks at your mouth a little bit. He's trying to see if you have fangs. Okay. Open the gate. The gate crackles open as you guys walk in. Now, how we'll do this is I will actually take like a little marker, some kind. Let me pull out one of these little markers here. The old field of view marker to kind of represent where you guys are at a little bit in the map. They let you through. Let me see if we have a general description.
Thank you, sir.
He's very suspicious of you. Now, before he lets you in, there's a tax. In medieval times, there was always a tax. How they tax you is based on your station. So he looks at each one of you and he holds out his hand, so I'm going to just go down the line. Irina, he looks at you. 2 silver.
Okay.
Looks at Mallory. 1 silver.
Okay.
Looks at Noni. 1 silver.
She gasps and hands him 2 silver.
Nah! Looks at
Dare
Marcus.
you, sir?
He's like, well, Lord, 1 gold. Looks at Esmeralda. 5 copper. And you better be at my house chopping wood soon. Looks over at Mist. Voltoon, just go and bless the shrine when you're here. You can come in free then. Okay? Looks over at looks over at Sinros. He's like, we don't get that many gnomes here. 5 copper.
You got a deal, sir.
Okay. Now, how it works in medieval times is now the Burgomaster is your host. He's vouched for you as a tithing man. So anybody who breaks the law, it's on his ass. But he's basically, there's no inn here. You'll all have to stay at his house.
Oh, okay.
His house
Sleepover!
is right here, guys.
Sleepover!
It's actually right here. The guy's actually labeled it as the Burgomaster's cottage. This
Oh,
is this is where you guys are traveling at. Now, let me see if I have a general description of this area. The mist-shrouded village Behind the wall is nothing more than a scattering of humbled wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch in between the sands of snow-dusted pine trees and some hills. In fact, to constitute a forest. So it's like a forest in the city. To the northeast, gray cliffs rise sharply on the road winding up to an abbey seen on the village. So the abbey is up in the north on that giant hill. So this is the abbey up here. It's kind of hard to see to get close, like whose god is it and stuff like that, so you can't perceive it, especially with the flurries out. And there is a little bit of flurries that are in the map too. What do you guys do? He's like escorted you in. You've all paid your tax to enter in. That's how the cities pay for all the guards and everything like that. He's like, we have not had travelers in some time now.
When's the last time you've had one, sir?
Maybe a week or two.
Where did they travel to?
Make a persuasion roll. Allow you to do it yourself, Marcus. What else do you guys do?
Where is this wood you need chopped?
He says, go behind the house. The axe is there.
I go behind the house.
So
Start chopping.
move your character into the death zone. So showing that Esmeralda is separated from the group to go chop wood. You hear... Sorry, go ahead, Noni.
As she does that, I'm going, do I see any bugs around that I could pick up?
Roll and you want to look for bugs, or you want to search the ground for bugs?
I just want to look around and see if I see one on the ground.
It's a dead of winter, but go ahead and roll an insight check. You can roll it yourself.
Insight?
The DC is, we'll say with your the crown of Orion, you can almost feel the forest. You know, you feel like this town is strange. They have all their stuff in here. They have it inside of a walled area. It's like they're trying to be self-sufficient, you know? They don't want to venture outside the city that much.
17.
You find some bugs. What are you looking for in particular?
Something small, portable. I'm just going to speak to it and say, if anything bad happens to Esmeralda, come back and tell me immediately, and place it on your shoulder.
Make a persuasion roll. So how, speaking to animals, I looked it up. They don't really understand your language. They might understand like emotions and stuff, but you have to make a persuade. Actually, I will make it for you.
Animal handling?
I'll allow animal It's actually a persuasion roll because you're trying to convince them. It's not like you're riding a horse or trying to ride a dragon or something, right? I will roll it for you.
Okay.
But you do not have proficiency in it. You just have a +2. The bug flies off. You don't know if it will obey you or not.
I will keep nagging in its head until it does.
We'll roll again. What we'll do is we'll do what we'll call, you have to spend a little while trying to like commune with the bug, you know, a little bit. So you're gone for like 10 minutes. What else is everybody doing?
I'm looking for a little shop or market so I can look for either some rations and maybe some crossbow bolts.
Now here's something really cool, guys. There's another mod that from this adventure named Mandy Mod. She put in all the merchants. So you ask the Burgomaster where the shop is at. He's like, nah, that way. He's like, he tells you about a few shops.
Yeah, it's usually best to ask the Burgomaster where to go. You shouldn't be walking
I'll go
by
with
yourself.
Mallory.
So Mallory, he says, there are a few... Now, here's what he says. He's like, we just mostly do trade around here. We do not get that many visitors or lords to the land. He looks over at Marcus. But you can go over to the Swift House. There are tailors. There's also the Strum House. That's a blacksmith. And Lady Kate's Wondrous Emporium. Junk. Thrift shop.
Okay,
It's like if you need a hot meal, you can come inside. My wife is making some food with my son. Heavens be praised. And he walks inside his house.
Okay, thank you. I guess I have more chance finding crossbow bolts at the blacksmith, I'm guessing. So.
You actually have to buy them at a Fletcher. There's no Fletcher in town.
Oh, okay.
You can ask him though. Maybe he has some. And this is where
Yeah,
your
let's-
persuasion rolls and stuff like that come along, guys.
Let's go, and after that, let's go to the Lady Knickknacks shop to see maybe if she has something.
Yeah.
You got, so who's
Only
going?
if you go with me to the tailor. I'll go with you to all the other
You want to go
shops.
to the tailor?
I wouldn't mind looking a little nicer now that we're in Barovia.
Yeah, but kind of hugs my old coat. I'm okay with this. Well, you can do whatever you want. Let's go.
So
Okay.
you are
Lead
going.
on.
So right now we have Noni. She's just finished talking to the bug to go rejoin the group. The bug is convinced now. Originally, it was a little unsure about who you were. You're just a stranger to the town. And it doesn't really speak like a language, you know what I mean? And it's just a little bug. I mean, it has like an intelligence of like 1 or something, right? Maybe even 0. So it takes a little while to convince these animals to do it. You convince it though, and it's watching over Esmeralda, there's a huge stack of wood. So Esmeralda's going to be chopping wood for at least a few hours, but she's fucking strong and she's used to hard work. And the Burgomaster, you see him looking out in the window just to make sure Esmeralda's out there chopping wood. Mist and Cinderos, what are you guys doing? I'm always ignoring you, Mist, and I noticed that from my last video. I do not want to ignore you, so make sure if I'm not talking to you that you chime in.
I want to actually go to the shrine he talked about.
Okay, so you're going to go to the shrine by yourself and kind of bless the shrine?
Yeah.
Okay. Cinderos, what are you doing? Are you going to go with Marcus to the shops?
Basically wants to go to the odds and ends store, but I guess I also technically need time to copy some of those spells down, and this would be perfect.
You want to go into the Burgomaster's house and copy some spells?
Yeah, I already put them in my book, so I
Sure.
should probably go ahead and get it done just so any...
Okay. Yeah, and if any combat shows up. Let's have Cinderos, so why don't we separate you guys to kind of make it clear, especially to help me as the DM. If I'm doing scenes with other people, feel free to take a break, come back, and we'll address you again. So where's everybody at? I'm going to just move the dungeon models off because I think you guys have separated quite a bit. We have Esmeralda chopping wood. We have Mist traveling to the shrine with Marcus. This is the main group. Irina, Cinderos is separated, so this is the group right now. So Noni and these guys are going to the shops. Noni, are you going to the shops?
I'm going to take the dog out real quick
Sure.
while Cinderos... He's just going to be...
When you come back, we'll get to your thing, man. What do you want to do?
problem.
What do you want to do, Noni?
I would like to try and find a bunch of bugs that I can kind of try and just convince to work with me for the next couple of days, and like feeding them treats and stuff like that.
You just want a lot of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like any type of bugs in particular you're looking for?
Beetles are usually multifunctional, so I will go with beetles, like water
Okay.
beetles and like. other
Well,
kind
there
of-
might be some water beetles near the shrine where the lake is at, and I think it's listed on here on the map. Now, the guy didn't put it out, but over here, I don't know why it didn't load in. Again, some of the models don't load in, guys, but there's a shrine over here, which is a lake to it. That's the only body of water in the town. You want to go over there? with
they're
Mist?
going. Marcus and Mist are going to the shrine, right?
Mist is only going to the shrine by herself. Do you want to go
Then I
with
will
her?
go with Mist.
Okay, so let's take your model and move it over
Okay.
with Mist.
And as I'm leaving, I yell, buddy system, everyone! Stick to your buddy, claim your buddy. Mallory, Irina, keep an eye on each other. I know you two.
Okay, we just kind of like do this.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, we're going.
I hear nothing over the chopping of
Keep your hands together. Hold hands. When you cross the
Yes,
street, look
Mom.
both ways.
Yes, Mom.
So if you're not being called on right now, feel free to switch back and kind of take your break while we're approaching break time. We're going to start off with the main group at the shop. So now I'm going to unlock the shop. We're going to go to Lady Kate's Wondrous Emporium. So I have to unlock these places. Now, I don't have maps and stuff, so you guys go full-blown murder hobo. Now, I do. I actually have every map, but I have not imported every map. So if you go full-blown murder hobo, just keep in mind, we can do anything. Let me pull out her Wondrous Emporium. I have to unlock these maps and things like that. So just because we're doing it, and let me go to view it. You walk in, you walk into this shop, there's crap, the sun is starting to go down, we're going to move the time up a half an hour. You guys are all actually going to move it up an hour. The sun is setting. She's just about to close up shop though, as she sees you guys coming in. And let's actually turn it a little darker out to get you in the mood. This woman is pretty old. Let me see if I can pull her out.
We should probably hurry up shopping before everything closes.
Yeah.
Already have in mind what we want to ask for.
Yeah, I'm gonna unlock her thing real quick so you can at least see a picture of her. She's an old.
I'm just looking for some warm clothes and some nice clothing from this area.
I'm just here to see what's up.
So I'm not gonna show you all of her detailed. I'm just gonna show you the picture of her first. Boom. And let me link this for our channel. So she goes in and she's an old lady. She's like hunched over a little bit. There's crap hanging from the ceilings. It's just like imagine like a dusty old pawn shop with a bunch of junk. And she comes up to you and she's like, "Yes,
Hello.
a lady of the land is here." She looks over at Irina.
Yes, that's me.
"Well, if you want to trade, you can take a look at what I have."
We would love to browse your wares.
You look around. What are you looking for in particular? Go ahead,
Bolts.
Mallory. Sorry. What, bolts?
Bolts, yeah, crossbow bolts. I got
What?
light, yeah.
You will have to go to the Strum House, I think. Yes, they're the blacksmith. They're across the street.
Okay.
Do you want to just go over there before they close and Irina can stay here?
I don't think I'm gonna need anything else unless I find like some interesting pieces of metal so I can maybe start knick-knacking.
You want to find an interesting piece of metal here in the shop?
Yeah, like some.
Roll a
some
d20 with the persuasion roll. It's the same thing with Irina.
Back to the map.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
She's like looking through your your garb a little bit. She's like,
D20 plus, sorry.
D20 plus your, it's your basically persuasion roll. It's a persuasion
Oh,
check.
persuasion.
Now
Shit,
that
what's
you're
my
no
persuasion?
longer exhausted, you don't roll a disadvantage.
I don't have any
So just because you slept that last night.
Ha!
Let me see my
Nat
features.
20. What are you exactly looking for in particular?
I'm looking for gears and little things so I can maybe start like creating a prototype for a secondary gun.
She can't believe it, but she's like, "This old junk." She has like a string of gears. She just pulls off the ceiling. She's like, "What do you want to trade for it?"
Can you take money or you actually need things?
You hold out like some coin in front of her.
Yeah, I don't know how much that
She's
would
like-
be.
She's like, "This is probably She's like, "I do not need your coin. That is too boring.
Okay.
I want to trade."
Trade. All right. What does? Oh wait, but Esmeralda has the sack. Shit.
She goes,
Damn it.
"Who is your host?"
The Burgomaster is our host. Yeah.
Well, she hands you this junk.
Oh.
Junk for her. She's like, "Come back tomorrow with it."
Thank you.
She looks over at Irina. "What do you want, Irina?" You did not roll a d20.
I did not roll a d20. I mean, is there anything interesting that I see?
Roll a d20. I mean, you have to kind of know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of junk. It's
I'm
like a
just
thrift
here.
shop. Now, Marcus, you're with them too, right?
D20, any kind
So
of
you can
like,
roll too if you want.
specific roll, or
If you're looking for something like a thrift shop would have, kind of like a mix between a pawn shop and a Salvation Army. Like basic stuff. Like this is a
Sure,
very
I'll roll.
small village.
just a regular D20, or
You had a
do I-
plus 12 to your roll.
I don't know. No.
So, I mean, you have like a roll. So you rolled a 4. You maybe
I
find
rolled
some.
a 10.
Like, what are you looking for in particular? Anything? There's
I'm just
nothing.
kind of like shuffling around.
She looks at you like clinking an armor, and she like kind of scurries over to you. She's like looking at your, your cloak and things, and your weapon. You have your shield like around your back, and your long sword is sheathed. She's like, "We did not get many knights to the land. What brings you here, stranger? Or, my lord,
Vengeance.
against?"
The wrongdoers of this land.
"But I would not surely want to cross you, my lord. And she goes over,
No,
"Milady,
if
what
you
would
need
you
any
like?"
help? Oh,
I need to roll.
please let me know if you need any assistance.
Do I roll like any specific?
Roll a d20 plus. It's a persuasion roll, right?
Persuasion.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna do the merchant
Okay, well
stuff,
then
guys.
I get. Hold on. Let me just. If it's a persuasion check.
I'll roll for you since you're taking
Then...
too long.
No.
Plus 7.
I
You rolled a nat 18 plus 7. What are you looking for?
anything that she thinks would be good
She's
for me
like-
because she's so
She pulls out
perceptive.
She pulls out like a. Say she pulls out like a potion of some kind.
Ooh.
She's like,
Potion.
I don't know what this does, but the gnome wizard came by a few weeks ago.
The gnome wizard?
Yes,
Yeah,
he tried to fight the Dark One.
we've heard of him.
He gave me
Sounds
this potion.
very-
She hands it over to you. Accept it as a gift, milady,
Oh, thank you so much.
unless you want to reciprocate a trade. Give me something interesting.
Interesting. Do I have anything interesting? I have holy water.
She like refuses it. She's like, you will need that here. Be careful. She's like, please, time to
Things
go.
you don't give up.
Time to go. So she pushes you all out of the shop.
Okay.
Closed. Mallory, do you want to cross the street to the Strum blacksmith guy?
Yeah, let's run to the blacksmith
All
before he
right, I
closes.
will unlock the blacksmith now for you. Let me unlock this guy.
Just carrying the potion all like
Yeah, we should probably.
protectively.
Yeah, at least we
So you
know,
have a
like,
potion, but you don't know what it does. It's unidentified, but mark it on your character sheet of where you got it from too. So you're heading to the Strum house now. And you see a man, he's just about to close up shop. He's middle-aged. He's banging away. He's working hard. These guys, peasant folk, they work from sun up to sundown typically, and the sun is just coming down. There's not a lot of description about this guy. Again, this is a smaller city, so the feeling is they mostly deal through trade. He's 36 years old. He's 5'9", 180 pounds. Let me pull him up for our channel. So, what do you want? He's like clanging.
do you have any crossbow bolts laying around?
Puts his hammer down. Crossbow bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d20.
Okay, I'm gonna do it correctly, but I just
I'm
realized
no
I forgot.
Fletcher.
I do have a modifier.
But I might be able to make some heads for you.
12.
He sells you some heads, but you have to fletch them. You have to fletch the thing yourself. Let's go to the other group. Let's go to Noni real quick. So I just finished with this group right here. We're gonna go to Sinros is still scribing away. Sinros, how long does it take you to scribe those spells in? A few hours, right?
Yeah, I'm scribing in. Stop.
All right, yeah, I want to go to Noni and these guys first, and then we're going to have Esmeralda and you kind of pick up. We'll do a scene with you guys. So you guys are heading off to the shrine. Let me unlock the shrine now. You don't know what the name of the shrine is, but I will describe it. Now, there's an animated picture. Now, obviously, the picture is done in daylight, the way the artist has renditioned it, but it's obviously sundown now. And this is the guy, James RPG Art. Credit to him. He's done all the art for a lot of different scenes and things like that. I will now describe it to you. Of course, the description is there too, but I will describe it as well. Even under the gray skies, this pool at the north end of the village shimmers and sparkles. Near its shore sits an old gazebo on the verge of collapse. A wooden statue, mournful, bare-chested of a woman, and its paint is chipped and faded, stands in the gazebo with its arms outstretched, though it is wanting to be embraced. What do you and Mist do? Noni and Mist. You collect the... You're looking for bugs near the water, Noni. So you guys walk up to the water. What do you do, Mist?
I'm not looking for bugs.
I know. What do you want to do? You want to go up to the gazebo?
I want to go to the gazebo, yes.
The gazebo is like pretty worn. No one's repaired it in a long time. You recognize it. It's a statue of Votun. It's a shrine dedicated to Votun, which is the god of seasons. The statue is worn, and it deserves to be in shambles. She's topless, right? But she's there, in like a wooden statue. It was probably once well crafted, but it's in disrepair.
I will be disappointed with that, but nonetheless, I will kneel down in front of it and kind of put my hands in like a prayer motion. And
what do you say?
Voltun, I do not know of where we are exactly and why you are not here, but I ask that you bless not only this land and this village, but also our party as we travel through, trying to figure out what it is that we need to do to help lift this curse of this land.
A strange deafness fills your head. There is no response. You do not feel even the slightest sensation that your god is responding to you. Absent, alone, but you still persevere. Noni, you're near the rim of this lake. You notice something's up with the water. It shimmers kind of strangely. What do you do?
I'd like to examine it.
Let's do a nature check. I'm going to pull it up and I'll roll it for you. So to do it also, you must be proficient with it. But with talking to... Yeah, I know. You know, your time spent in the Deepwood Vale with the Azrai has taught you much about magical springs and things like that. You're looking for bugs, around the spring. For brevity's sake, we'll say you find some bugs. They're kind of like congregating, some of them around here, these magical beetles that you're looking for. Or just I wouldn't say magical beetles, but unique beetles. But the spring is magical. Something is up with it. You don't know exactly what, but you know it has magical properties. And the creatures of the forest and the beetles, you get a sense of emotion from them that they like it here. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna fill up my flask or my water pouch with whatever it is.
Mark it on your sheet that you have the water from the shrine of Voltun.
Okay.
What else do you guys want to do? Mist. You see Noni kind of maybe desecrating the water by dropping her water bottle into it. What do you do?
She doesn't know her too well, but she's gonna kind of give her this look because she's already upset that she can't communicate with her goddess, and she just tells her to please be careful with that.
I think it's a clue as to what's going on here.
If you believe so.
And you said that the statue was open, like it was asking for an embrace?
Yes.
Have you tried returning Voltun's embrace?
I could. She'll make sure that...
I'm going to just make a religion check for Mist. Now, Mist, you're not proficient in religion.
No.
But I'll roll one anyways.
I am, actually.
Okay, yeah. Why don't...
So I can assist her.
Yep. You know that, Voltun is the goddess of seasons, that it represents not just the winter months, but it also represents the god of fertility, maybe life, growth. Gods in the world of Zen, I try to imagine them as ones that are representing emotions or ideas more than anything. And just returning, hugging a statue has no meaning, really. I mean, it could work, maybe something, if you go and do it. Do you want to hug the statue, Mist?
It might make you feel better, if nothing else.
I will go and hug the statue.
Nothing happens. But you feel maybe a sense of warmth as you're kind of hugging a representation of your god. Let us go to...
Wait, 1 second.
Sorry,
I do want
go
to
ahead.
do one other
Sure.
thing. And in exchange for the water, she takes out a seed and she places it in front of the statue, and then she uses Druidcraft to just make it bloom.
Beautiful. And the vines of it kind of wrap up and intertangle with the legs of this wooden statue of this bare-chested goddess, or representative of the goddess. You look up at the sky even as the sun is coming down. You don't know when, like, the trees still have some vegetation on them, but the sun is bleak here for whatever reason. And then, Noni, you think about what the fortune teller told you about the skies and the earth and everything, and how everything is controlled by the Dark Lord. Something is going on. Let us go to Esmeralda. You're out there chopping wood for maybe like a half hour. Now, chopping wood is hard-ass work if you've ever done it in real life. Mm-hmm. You put down your axe, your belly's starting to ache. Do you want to go inside the Burgomaster's house with Sinros? Check up on him.
Yes, I would.
So Sinros, and I'm going to move your character over. You guys go in. The Burgomaster is in there. His wife is in there making a nice meal. I'm going to show you links in his... He has a younger boy that is in there. I have to unlock. You guys understand there's like a shit ton of characters in this thing. So let me unlock all these, because I try to have pictures for every character that you guys meet. Let me see if I can just easily pull him up. He has a son. And the problem is his wife has a different last name. Let me see. His wife's name is Anna. Let me go unlock her. Now, I got smarter as I was putting this together, and I could put in secrets under the secrets tab if the characters have quote-unquote secrets that I don't want you to see, so I can fully unlock the character profile for you. That way you can see it. Okay. So I already linked you the man. I'm going to link you the boy and the wife. And yes, that's true. And I'm going to link it in for our Discord here.
Interesting.
Sit down. No, you can scribe here. And there, Anna is like serving some food out for her son, who's just scarfing food down. Is like, heavens be praised, my son died not too long ago. And Esmeralda, you're coming in now to have it, so you sit down at the table. My son died not too long ago, and they put out a plate of like hot soup for you, and you and Sinros. Sinros is just kind of half paying attention while he's scribing stuff down into his spell book. Praise be the abbot saved my child.
Saved him? How?
Blessings from Saint Markovia and the god of Fortune. I do not question the bendings of this world, but heaven be seen, my son is alive and well. And the son just scarfing food down his mouth, just devouring everything he could eat. He's just taking it. He's like, the wife brings out another bowl of food for the son. What do you guys do?
So, the wine that you buy, who do you buy from?
They're called the Wizard of Wines. They're a family south from here.
Do you not trust the Visanti?
The Visanti, they produce the wine. The Vistani trade the wine. But there seems to be issues. Something is happening lately. We missed our last 2 shipments. And I need you. He like reaches out and like touches your bicep. to go figure out what's up.
I look down at his hand and like remove it.
He's like, I'm sorry. Sinros, do you want to say anything?
I think Sunrose is just, like you said, he's half paying attention as he's really trying to get these spells into the book. It's going to take quite a while, and he doesn't want too much interruption. He will politely thank them for any food he receives and listen to anything they say.
He's really involved in his books.
A little minor illusion of something just to entertain him for the fun of it, but that's not the extent of his interactions right now.
Do you want to ask any more questions, Esmeralda?
So, the blood oath, is that common practice in these parts?
I know, it's vile. Maybe it was made by Strahd years ago. Who knows? But it's a way to ensure the best we can that we hold our agreements. And if not, the Dark Lord maybe will come back and avenge it. He's like, he kind of puts his head down in some shame.
Are vampires welcome in these parts?
Be careful who you let in to your house. For the Dark One, you do not know who he is. He could be anyone. Anywhere. Be careful who you let into your house. And the wife brings out another bowl of like soup for the child who's eating his third bowl of soup. And the wife says, "Don't scare them." She goes back and cooks some food.
How recently did your child die?
Last week. Praise be the abbot who saved him. He lives in St. Markovia's house. Maybe you can see him tomorrow if you're lucky.
Maybe.
In the abbey on the hill. He is nice. He's a good man. What do you guys do?
I'm sure we'll have a little bit of time tomorrow before we head out to the winery. Sounds like we're getting more and more to do. That's so much to do.
Do you want to ask any more questions, Esmeralda? He's being a gracious host. He's like, he's really interested in you. You know, you get the sense that he needs the wine shipments to keep people happy. You know, in this medieval time, like people pass entertainment and time by drinking a lot. And the Vistani wine, you know, is excellent. Now you know where it's made from. It's made from a place south from here called the Wizard of Wines. And it makes the wine very rare and good because it only comes from Barovia. And as you know, the Vistani can only trade and traffic the wine in and out of Barovia, which is a cursed land, which makes the wine very valuable. And now you're putting it together. That's why some of the Vistani are immensely wealthy. Now, some of the Vistani, they're travelers and gypsies. They obviously care about material wealth, but they're not out buying castles and things like that. They're nomads, but they still like to live comfortably. They like to smoke the best pipe weed and all that stuff. What do you do?
Well, thank you for
before we end the conversation here.
Go ahead, Sinros.
So you say the winery is south of here, but the Vistani have specifically warned us that it's very dangerous south of here. Why would they make a winery in such a dangerous area?
Just do not go into the mountains.
I see.
Be careful.
How far is the winery? How long travel?
Let me look it up. Half day's travel. So 4 hours travel. So that means you guys could travel there and back in the same day without suffering exhaustion.
Okay.
What do you guys do? Are you guys done? Let's go back to Marcus, Irina, and Mallory. The shops are closing down. It's getting late.
Yep.
Let's move the time a half hour forward.
I don't think we'll have time to go see the tailor. I think they're closed.
The tailor is now closed.
Yeah.
I mean, we could see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before
The
we
only
head
thing
off.
he
I mean,
wanted.
that's fine.
We have to come back tomorrow anyway to pay back the arrowheads and the things we bought and my gears. I'm so excited I found some gears. I didn't know they're gonna have some gears.
And I got this potion.
Put down on your
The hell
sheet.
is this?
Put down on your sheet, Mallory, that you found gears for your gun. Since you rolled a nat 20.
Yeah,
And
I already
the
did.
rural. It's like going into like an antique store in the middle of the countryside, and you found a little gem hidden in the store.
Yeah.
You never know what you could find, but you found something.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, we have to come back tomorrow to like pay some stuff because we need to get from our treasure stash to trade with stuff.
And as the sun is setting, I roll a d20. You feel it, Irina.
I do.
You do.
Feel it in my toes.
You feel like someone is watching you, but they're allowing you to know that they are watching you through magical means. And you think to it. You think about the hair that was taken from you.
Nice.
The Dark One is watching. What are you thinking?
Should I tell my party mates? I turn to Mallory and I'm like, I feel it. They're watching us. Yeah, I feel it. There's, yeah. The guy from earlier. The guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the guy, but
the guy.
Yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah.
The creepy guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think that? Do you think there's like a spy somewhere, or?
I think it's through magical means. I think.
You feel it. You don't know where it's looking at you or how, but someone is watching you.
Maybe there's a spy, but something's
But it's not just
right.
It's just not that he's watching you, but he's allowed to know. He's allowed you to know that he's watching you. It's like he could watch you without you even knowing, but for whatever reason, he's allowing you to know that he's watching you.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's just being a creep.
Yeah, he's
Actually.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that guy.
I don't have a good vibe for that guy at all. I don't.
Yeah, he
don't
touched
trust
me
him.
funny.
Yeah, I was like this close to shooting him, but I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad he didn't, considering he was so close to me, and he could have just snapped my neck, at any point. But
yeah, let's try and
yeah.
Marcus, what do you do? You're with these girls, these women muttering amongst each other. So what are you doing? You're shaking your head. You got your pipe out. I'm assuming you're just puffing on your pipe. A little stressed.
Seems like these lands have made everybody a little odd.
Do you guys want to go back to the Burgomaster's mansion?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move you back with Sinros, and then move your models back to Sinros. Or let's move Sinros' model up with them, so we guys join you together. Let's go to Mist and Noni. What do you guys do?
I want to touch the water.
So you're still at the shrine as the sun
I'm
is
about to
coming
head
down.
back.
You look at your vision is very good though. Being blessed from Nynaeve as well, serving two gods almost. And the water sparkles off the stars that begin to emerge, as they sometimes gleam through the clouds, as in night times. Sometimes the clouds go away. You don't know why, but they just do. And you touch the water.
Yes.
It feels like water.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'll look over
Oh,
at Noni.
wait, let me finish. So you touch the water. Well, Noni was I'm assuming Noni was kind of careful maybe with touching the water. Maybe took like a leaf and dipped it in, because Noni's super cautious in the world of Zen. She doesn't want to get stabbed by someone or something. But you touch the water, so you feel it. There's something magical about it that has happened to you. But it passes through your body, a bending. But you don't feel like it's affected you for whatever it is, but it's a good feeling.
Okay.
It's not bad, but something has happened, and without really I'll actually make a religion roll for you or something like that. Let's take a look. And I'm assuming Noni is there to help you. First one was bad. You don't discern. You can't discern it.
Okay. Then I'll look over at Noni and be like, can we head back?
You might have to have Sinros or something really know something to identify a water or something like that to really get the full grasp of what's going on.
Okay.
Good news, I have an entire water skin of it. He can take a look.
Exactly.
Did I find all the beetles that I needed?
Yes. Well, so you found, how many pounds of beetles do you want? 1 pound?
1 pound.
Okay. You find a pound of beetles. You have to feed them. They're hungry little buggers. You have to feed them 1 day's worth of rations a day.
Okay.
But they're content. You've like calmed them down, and you've spent some time to do that. And you guys head back to the Burgomaster's mansion then, as the hour grows late. Everybody in the town, the few cottages that are there, the door's shut. The lights go down in the town. And we'll have Miss make a perception roll with advantage before we all head back to the Burgomaster's mansion as you guys are walking back.
Smash.
In fact, I'll just roll it for you to speed it up, Miss.
Oh. I was moving the characters, sorry.
Well, you lose it. You snooze, you lose.
Well.
You hear it up in the Abbey, way up in the mountains here. You can hear it as the night air goes still. Moaning, groaning, and some faint screams. Strange. What do you guys do?
I'll look over at Noni. I think there's someone in trouble up there.
It's not really screams of pain,
Oh.
if you can really tell the difference.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're having fun.
In that case, probably we shouldn't go get the rest of them. I mean, if they're having a good time, probably don't want to interrupt. But, I mean, if we think this is an immediate problem, we should probably go get the rest of our teammates before we check it out.
Turn on some night ambience. People are going to bed. Do you guys want to go to bed, or what's going on? The Burgomaster has gone to bed. He has a separate room for you guys, or a couple other rooms for you guys to go to bed. So the rest of the people, Esmeralda, Sinros, and who else did I forget? Who's there? Anyone else?
I mean, we were making our way back, so I don't know if...
What do you guys want to do?
Yes. What do you think?
I mean, we could go check on it. We're inside of a safe place.
Are we?
I mean, there's walls. I'm an adventurous type.
All right. If you think
don't hear it
check
though?
It out. Do I hear it at this point?
You kind of like stop for a minute to listen, and Marcus kind of takes off his helmet to get a better like listening with it. Yeah, you hear it. It's like...
Oh, do we meet up with...
well, you have to go...
and Marcus?
No, they went back to the Burgomaster's mansion.
Yeah, we're going back to the Burgomaster.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one out on the streets at night now. It's just you guys. And the sound of, the crickets or whatever the sound is here. Wouldn't be crickets because it's the middle of winter, but up in the Abbey up here, you hear it. It's distant. It's hard to hear. But you spend like a minute just listening because a mist is like, hey, listen to this sound. You hear like groaning almost. Weird sounds. Something's going on.
I would feel more comfortable if we went and got the rest of the team, but if you want to go investigate it first off, I mean, I suppose we could.
I don't want to wake them up for nothing. We could just go take a pee.
All right.
Hey, Sidros, do you feel like everyone's been gone for like a while now?
Sinros and Esmeralda, you guys have gone up to your own room. Sinros has just been busy like copying stuff over. He worships the god of power gaming.
All right. So
as
we're going, then I'm going to touch Miss.
I have a lot of stuff to copy.
Okay, I'll just chill out then. Lounge in. on whatever they gave
Now
me?
you guys can still rest, aka still kind of sleep if you want to, but you don't gain the benefits of sleeping. That's the difference, right?
Okay.
So if you want to wait till sunrise or whatever, because it might be safer out. And a few minutes pass, Irina.
Sorry, quick question. We did get a long rest, correct?
You did.
Okay.
You did back at the Vistani camp in the middle of the day before you guys ventured out in the evening here into Krezk. Okay. Irina, the feeling you have of someone watching lasts only a few minutes, and it goes away.
Awesome.
I'm guessing at this point we must be like entering the Burgomaster's home, I guess, at this point. I don't know how...
You're back at the Burgomaster's mansion.
Yeah.
The Burgomaster and them have gone to bed. His child, Ilya, which is a man's name apparently, or a boy's name. Ilya, I think that's how you say it.
Ilya.
Ilya has gone to bed. And they were kind of already going to bed too. They go to bed they get up in the morning, but they go to bed first thing because they don't want to stay out at night.
Yeah.
And they said, before whoever's watching the door, they're like, double check to make sure it's a friend. Ask them a question, only they would know. So
That's not going to be easy.
They don't want you to open the door for anyone, but someone friendly.
Okay.
So we're going to go to the rest of the group. So Marcus, Sinros, Esmeralda, and Noni are all back. The only two other people, you hear a knock on the door, I'm assuming.
So are we physically in the house
You are
yet?
physically in the house.
Thank you.
So, see, I've moved your models for clarification on the small mini battle board. And that's why I've created these little mini battle board areas to kind of discern where, when you guys start splitting up, it gets confusing. And here we are. So, Noni and Mist are coming out late at night, and another half hour passes by.
So Mist and I are going to go check out the screams. But before we do that, I'm going to grab Mist and cast Pass Without a Trace on the two of us.
Okay.
My character's going to bed.
Okay. You cast Pass Without a Trace. So,
which is a plus 10 to all of our stealth rolls.
So yeah, and also you are untrackable essentially from any position you've cast it on. I think it is a concentration spell, so flip your concentration token.
It is, yes.
So you going up to the Burgomaster's house, Mist, you're there with Noni at the door, you knock on the door.
Well, no, we're investigating the screaming. Is that where we're hearing?
You're heading up to the Abbey in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Let me move you guys to the death zone. Are you sure you want to do that?
No, but Mist wants to, so I'm making sure we're doing it intelligently at least.
You're traveling in the middle of the night in a strange town.
We're invisible though, and not leaving a trace.
You're not invisible. It's
We're
just
not
if like
invisible.
someone like Esmeralda was trying to track you, they couldn't track you.
Oh.
And we are very stealthy.
You are stealthy.
We're stealthy.
Mm-hmm. I am gonna send a beetle off for help.
I'm gonna make it.
Do I still have a beetle on my shoulder?
You do.
You do, but you're in the room
too
now
far, right?
and everything like
Okay.
that, and it was just to make sure she was safe. In fact, the beetle on your shoulder has left because she feels that you're safe.
Yeah, because it was just to come and tell. The directions it had was come and tell me if something happens to you.
And then the beetle would have to make a perception check to find you.
Yep. So I'm just gonna send the beetle off for help.
Okay. So you send a beetle off to go get help at the house.
Yep.
It won't work because the beetle has no way to talk to the party. And a beetle flies off.
It's
And you
gonna
think
do
to
its
yourself,
best.
okay, I mean, it's going to like hit the door's window or whatever. Okay.
It will do its best.
So let's go back to the Burgomaster's mansion real quick. The rest of you guys are heading to bed while Mist and Noni are heading up to investigate screaming.
Did I hear Marcus and them get back?
Marcus is collapsed asleep in his bed.
But did I hear them
Yes.
come back to the house?
Yeah, we're...
The
Hi,
Burgomaster,
Zelda!
the Burgomaster let them
Hey.
in. He says now is the hour though. Like anybody from this point on, you have to like triple check to make sure they are before they come in.
Be right back, my pizza's
Okay.
here.
You guys get anything good?
We got a few things, but we have to go back tomorrow because they only trade and they don't
I'm going to
sells
take a quick
things?
break myself so you guys can just role play for a few minutes in the house.
Okay, well, got a
Yeah,
few
so we have to go
things.
back with our bag of stuff. I don't know if you traded everything or you still have some
Nah.
knickknacks.
We still got some knickknacks.
Okay, cool.
Have you seen Noni or Mist at all?
I don't know. They just went to do their magic stuff. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't trust that magic stuff.
Me neither. Magic's weird. I don't understand it.
No. Well,
I'm right here.
Yeah, Sidros, keep copying your magic spells down.
No.
You nerd.
So,
Process. I could blow us up. Maybe. Probably. Maybe not.
I can do that too if I get, like, enough doodads to make a thing to blow us up.
Are you gonna make bombs now?
I could. I just have to figure out the plans. Like, it's been a long time. I don't remember all the prototypes.
Intriguing.
Yeah. I also might try and experiment with some new designs. I don't know. I need to, like, draw some stuff.
Or you could just learn magic, and then you can blow things up without needing things.
Listen,
I'm dabbling
Period.
with magic.
yeah. I mean, so far, my two hands been able to keep myself alive with the things I make, so I guess that's a plus. That's good enough for me.
So should we pick up with Mist and Noni?
Yes.
Okay. You guys, it takes about, I would say, about 20 minutes to walk up the winding path all the way up to the Abbey where you hear the moaning. The night air is cool and chilly as it's like almost 6 degrees outside. There's no wind, so to speak, but light flurries still fill the air. The moaning, you hear it, it's clear it's coming from the Abbey. Faintly, sometimes you hear like a scream, but it's not a scream of pain, it's a scream of like, it's a strange scream. Man, woman, you don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. You guys just approaching the gates of the Abbey, or should we put out the battle board?
We're just approaching the gates.
You approach the gates are closed and locked. There's no one guarding them.
How tall are they?
It's like the Abbey, I mean, I could tell you, let me look it up. I mean, I'm saying they're like 10 feet.
Okay. They're 10 feet.
You could easily jump over it with your wolf form.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And if you're a wolf, maybe nothing will attack you.
I drop into my wolf form and
Change your
let
model.
Mist climb on my back.
And you guys are going to
Climb on
go
our
in.
back. We're investigating. We're just gonna look through the windows.
You guys jump over the Abbey walls. So
Like-
far, you guys don't see anybody. It appears like the Abbey is like shut down for the night.
I take a good strong
Someone
sniff.
is what Mist has such a keen sense of perception. Someone is watching you. You don't know.
We
who.
are doing this stealthily.
Someone is watching you.
But there's no lights on or anything.
I want to say there's faint flickering, coming from there. So I can put out the battle map, but imagine the Abbey is like a giant sea. You've jumped over some gates up a winding thing. So you're up on the hill now. And there's another main kind of doorway. And then there's on both sides of the Abbey, there's like a garden over to the left with some scarecrows out there. But nobody's out during the night. But the groaning and stuff is coming from the left side of the building.
I
It's
guess we go
there.
over there.
Yeah.
On the outside.
On the outside.
I mean, I have to start looking at the windows. I don't think there's any windows. I'm not sure. There might be stone windows. pull out the map of the Abbey.
We're making the DM really think.
I'm just worried that you guys are going to get stomped.
He's giving us all the warnings, Noni.
I'm giving you some warnings. But that's okay.
There's always the option to run.
There is.
Yeah, there are some windows. So you can look on the left part of the Abbey. The walls are 15 foot high. It's like there's battlements. The Abbey is old. Mist knows that the Abbey is very old. It was probably built centuries ago. Just based off some of the Abbey's general masonry and some of the Abbeys. Now, Mist, you know who St. Markovia was? It was only a few years ago that she fought during the last war. But based off some of the time differences and stuff like that, the Abbey must have been here before something happened with Barovia, which has aged this Abbey significantly.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a stealth check. And I rolled on the lowest person, plus 10, because it passed without a trace. So let me take a look at both your stealth rolls. So I think Mist doesn't have proficiency in stealth. Oh, no, she has plus 3.
Remember, I was a thief.
Yep. We roll it every round, by the way.
Okay.
Unless you're going to move very slowly, assuming no one is watching you. And you're not invisible. You're right out in the open, crossing a courtyard in the Abbey.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put out the battle map if you want to make it more clear for you guys.
I don't know if we really want to fight.
You go. I'm going to assume you guys go up to a window. You look in. You see.
Mist wants to look. I want to smell.
You smell it. It smells foul. Up to the one, and you hear them like you look in, and I'll tell you the window you guys look into. I'm assuming you just look up to the one window kind of nearest to the gatehouse. Let me close out some of these NPCs I have. On the first, so the Abbey is 2 floors. You're looking on the lower floor because you can't even perch up in your wolf form to look up into the second window because it's 15 feet high. You see 3 shrieking figures, like clothed up in what looks like a cell of some kind, almost like an asylum type feel to it. And they see you. One of them sees you and says, "Look!" What do you guys do?
I turn and look at her and be like, I don't think we should trust what those are, and I think we should leave.
Grab Mist and run.
You guys take off and book down the mountain.
Yeah.
Takes you another half hour to get back to the thing. You still feel someone is watching you. Even all the way down the mountain, all the way into the Burgomaster's house, someone or something has followed you.
Oh, God.
I'm going to move the time up a half an hour. In knocking on the door, who's knocking on the door?
Oh, she's a wolf. I'll knock.
It's only a half hour, Noni. You can last 2 hours in your wolf form now.
Yeah.
So Mist goes up to the door and knocks. The Burgomaster is asleep and he says, "Meh." Who's Esmeralda? You're still awake?
Yeah, I'm still up, yeah.
He goes down, he grabs Esmeralda, he's like, "All right, let's go see who it is." He looks through and he's like, he doesn't even open the thing to like look at you. He's like, who goes there?
Arf, arf.
You can talk to him with the crown of Orion on, Mist. I'm sorry, Noni.
Arf.
Okay.
Only she says it into Esmeralda's brain.
Okay, what do you
she
say?
just says arf, arf.
Hilarious.
It's Mr. Noni.
Okay, if it's really you, what did Noni take from the Durst house that was completely unnecessary?
A bearskin rug.
Okay, it's them. We're clear.
The Burgomaster is not convinced because Noni is in wolf form.
Noni just starts panting and is like...
He's like, he kind of goes up to the door.
That we decide to keep around.
He's like, he like shakes his head. He's like, "A wolf this hour of the night outside my door."
I roll on my back and show my belly and pat at my paws.
What do you do, Esmeralda?
I rub Noni's belly. It's like, it's just a big dog, you know. We like to keep it around.
Now, Noni is so big, she can't even fit through the door, really.
I know.
Perhaps changing back is a better thing to do.
She scoots back and then bounds through unchanging as she hits the door.
Do you try to, you just like,
out the other side.
the door's not open. The Burgomaster hasn't opened the door yet.
Oh, then I will wait till he opens the door. Well, Esmeralda came out to rub my belly.
Esmeralda, he wouldn't even let you outside.
Oh, okay.
So the door is still shut.
Noni, you're either sleeping out back with the pile of wood, or you can come inside. Your choice.
You see the dog do that, and then she drops.
Mm.
Can I come in now?
Yeah, but you can go to bed.
He opens the door very reluctantly. He's like, kind of gives you guys a stern look. He shuts the door. He's like, going to bed. He goes up and goes to bed. What do you guys do? Everybody going to bed?
Pleasant.
So we're just going to assume everybody goes to bed, and we're going to wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock.
Mist, would you like to take turns keeping an eye out for the night?
I am going to now switch. I'm moving the day forward on the calendar and flipping it back to day.
Okay.
So
Mist,
you guys
we're
wake
gonna
up
take shifts.
You guys want to take shifts? That's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Whatever's
you only sleep
watching
4
us.
hours a night. Anyways, Noni only needs 4 hours of sleep as a half elf. The other times she's meditating. At daytime,
Not as a half elf. That's an elf, full elf thing.
Okay,
unless
so-
we're counting that as part
I
of
don't
the
know.
elf what I did.
I didn't know, to be
Yeah.
honest. I'm trying to remember everything, Noni.
No problem.
What-
Sorry, go ahead, Sinrose. So you've copied all your spells over now, Sinrose.
Okay, so we're just gonna say that I've copied all of them.
Yeah, you hear the rattle going off in the middle of the night with the Burgomaster, and you're just like, God. And then you like fucking shut your book, and you're like, I hate being a wizard sometimes. Marcus is still asleep, sound asleep, his armor doffed off, just laying next to him as the cloud light hits it and shimmers a little bit. What do you guys do?
So
Am I
are
gonna
we all in separate
chop
rooms?
wood for
or-
10 minutes in the morning?
You're in 2 rooms. So the second group that came in together and kind of slept. Irina and Mallory and those guys slept in the other room. You guys make your way downstairs. I'm assuming you all wake up. Someone has to wake up Marcus, though.
Noni will.
Go ahead, Noni.
Noni gets the she used her water skin. Noni borrows Mist's water skin and then goes in and just splashes it all over his face. Good morning, sunshine. How are you doing today? We found something for you to smite last night. You are muted.
You are muted, 'cause that's the voice of tears on here.
What? What
We
did you
found-
find?
We aren't sure, but it smelled nasty, like undead, and was very creepy, and we're fairly certain it followed us home. So,
Where was this?
over by the abbey.
The Abbey.
Hmm.
Burgomaster's serving you guys the same kind of gruel he served last night. Ilya, his son, is like on his second bowl of gruel already.
What can you tell us about the Abbey?
Abbott's up there. He's the one who saved my boy. A good man.
Well, your good man certainly has a lot of evil undead things around him, so we will go check those out at some
There's
point.
no undead in this town.
Well, your
That's
son
delightful.
was dead, so he could,
You're a knock on the door. It's a
Not be
woman.
so rude to our host here. We can go pay our tributes to the abbey in a
Yeah, well, I was
little.
hopefully saying that to Marcus up in his room initially.
You guys hear a knock on the door. A woman says, "She's giving birth." He's like, "Come quick."
Oh,
It's like, and the Burgomaster goes, "Finally, she's going to deliver. Be nice to get a blessing from one of you priests and paladins on a newborn child."
Oh, if someone's delivering, I am actually a certified midwife, and I will come with.
Perfect.
I'm not a huge fan.
And he's like, come with me. Did you guys all finish your breakfast? Ready to go to deliver the baby?
Ooh.
Or Mallory doesn't want to be involved with that.
Yeah, I'm with Mallory. I'm not a huge fan.
So
of
whoever doesn't
children.
want to go, separate themselves into the death zone.
Hey Mallory, let's go pay off your debts.
Is it really fine?
Yeah, I gotta go there too then, I guess.
Change your mind.
I assume that you let my guy pray to his god in the morning.
I'll just buy
Yes.
Are we already?
Yeah,
Okay.
We're just kind of pushing the story a little bit.
All right.
Oh, since we're all three here, all two of you with Esmeralda, we can go pay back our stuff.
That's literally what I just said. Let's go pay
Oh,
off
okay,
your
sorry, I
debts.
wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Okay.
Mallory, we talked about this.
Screw
Active
the
listening.
miracle of childbirth.
So
Yeah, I'm not.
you're not going to go, Esmeralda, to the childbirth thing, are you? Oh, you are.
No, not a fan of children.
Okay.
Babies are born every day. It's fine if we miss one.
You guys, so we're going to separate the crowd. We're going to go to the birthing first. So you see the woman, she's in there. They've kind of put her in a tub. The Burgomaster's there. The tub is not perfectly clean, but it is what it is. You know, she's trying to birth it. The husband's there holding the wife with a hand. Push! You know, push! And the baby, you know, comes out. And the baby doesn't cry at all. Something is wrong.
I will immediately go and take over and start looking and seeing if I can figure out what's going on because I have a very high medicine. And so I will immediately start trying to see if I can figure out what's going on with the baby.
The baby is alive and breathing, but the wife looks in disappointment. I rolled a super low for you. I'm sorry.
An 8.
I rolled an 8. How did you see that?
Oh, interesting.
You're cheating. You're on D&D Beyond. You're looking at my rolls. Don't cheat. I rolled low. I'm sorry. I rolled a nat 2.
How else do I access my character sheet?
I know. You guys are all probably knowing all. Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay, because I have a +6 in medicine.
I know. I rolled a 2 plus 6.
Okay.
I rolled a nat
wow.
2. Bad. The woman goes, and the Burgomaster is there, just kind of like looking, kind of supervising. And the woman goes, she lets out a sigh. That baby has no soul.
Really?
What do you mean?
The baby said, don't cry. They're born without a soul. And she has a couple other children in the room, you know, a little older maybe, like 3 or 4 years old. They look at you with like a gloomy look.
I'm going to take my water skin that has the water of Voltune in it.
Sure.
And we haven't figured out what it does yet, but I'm going to try putting it...
I'm going to make a persuasion roll because, you know, she's like, please give me back my child. She's not convinced. And the Burgomaster says, nods a little bit, hands the
Can I
child.
help her? I have proficiency in it.
What do you do, Mist?
What do I do?
Yeah.
No, I was just giving that to her.
No, you kind of intervene. Noni rolled super low.
Oh.
I don't like you rolling for me, dude.
I know. Especially if Marcus can see my cheese.
To be honest,
I
I
want
can
to
see
know
it
how
too.
convincing I am.
I'll have you guys maybe start rolling them yourself. What do you want to do?
I'll probably just roll low too.
Exactly.
I believe that whatever she's doing, she knows what she's doing. I believe that we should let her see if she can, if it doesn't have
The
a
Burgomaster
soul,
holds the baby, the newborn baby. It's wrapped in a cloth, and he says, "This is normal. What can you do?"
Well, clearly I'm not normal, and I'm not from around here, so you might want to trust that I can do things that aren't normal and deal with things that aren't normal.
He allows you to do whatever you want to do. You have one action to do something.
I'm gonna try and use the water of Voltune.
Do you want to put it in the mouth of the child, or just like do a little thing?
Yeah, put it in the mouth of the child.
Do you serve any gods yourself?
Yes, the seasons one. That's Voltune, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you serve the same god. Say your prayer, or whatever it is you're trying to do.
And I'm going to touch the amber in the tiara at the same time, and I'm going to say, Voltune, I ask, I beg of you, bring life back to this child.
The Burgomaster. Nothing happens. Mark the. You wasted a little bit of the thing, but not the whole amount.
Yep.
Nothing seems to happen.
Magic happening with the baby.
You want to use detect magic? That's a ritual.
I don't have detect magic. I was just thinking like basic arcana kind of thing.
I do. I will cast it.
You want to spend 10 minutes to do an arcana or detect magic check?
That is only if I want to not spend the spell slot. If I'm fine spending the spell slot, I can cast it as an action.
Do you want to cast it as an action?
Yes, I do.
Mark it on your sheet.
Yep.
And the Burgomaster just sees you doing all this like magic, right? But he hands the baby back to the wife, who's just like having the child suckle on the teat. You know, as a newborn child. Nothing magical is happening. What do you guys do? The Burgomaster goes, I told you. This is not unusual. And he walks back to, he's like, I will be back at my mansion. If you need me, come get me.
You can do something.
The child is not crying at all, not screaming. The other two children are nearby. They have gloomy faces. What do you do, Marcus?
The woman, are you upset by this?
My child is just born without a soul. And the husband holds her hand, and he just looks down. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna be upset and leave the room.
This is out of Sinros's wheelhouse. If there's no detectable magic and nothing an illusion can't fix. He's not great with the soul.
What do you guys do? You guys
I'm going to. I was like, do you want help with this?
The father goes, there's nothing you can do. This is the God's will.
Well, I'd like to have a few words with that god.
If you don't want me to try, then we'll leave you be.
You guys leave the house. Let's go to the other group. You guys go to the shop. We go with Mallory, Irina, and Esmeralda.
Okay, I guess I won't.
What? Well, you guys just left, I'm assuming, unless you want to do something.
Well, I wanted to try and talk Marcus into helping out, but
you guys are outside. Marcus just kind of gave up. Let's go to let's go to the other group. Mallory, Irina, and Esmeralda. What are you guys doing?
Right, so we need to drop by the smithy shop and the Lady Kate's shop to pay back the stuff we bought.
Do you guys want to roleplay it or just say it happens?
Let's just say it happens. And what can wait?
We got a few things we can give. You know, the knickknacks lady might want to.
They only trade, by the way.
Coffer, you know, a chest. Very ornate and beautiful, you know. That's good trade. The blacksmith, I can see, you know, if he needs torches or maybe a bullseye lantern. Solid trades.
Yeah.
What do you guys want, though, from them?
Well, don't they need to pay them?
Yeah, it's to pay back my gears and the arrows.
Yeah, you can do it by trading those items.
Yeah.
So mark those off the party loot sheet, I think.
Raj.
Yeah, just the...
The woman says, thank you.
I guess the platinum necklace, I don't think it's magical, so...
No, we're keeping that.
I try my best to roleplay an old woman.
Okay.
We're keeping that. Yeah. We gave him the bullseye lantern.
$750. We're keeping it.
Oh. It doesn't go quick boom, so I don't care.
The necklace is super valuable, guys, and you guys can't sell it so far. It's beyond any of the merchants that you guys have met.
Yeah, that's big
It's
money.
extremely valuable necklace, maybe a few centuries old almost.
Okay, never mind then.
Made with the finest gnomons craftsmanship, you know, something comparable. Where do you guys go from there? The other guys went off to some random house. You guys don't even know where they went to.
Yeah. Too bad Marcus is not with us. He said he wanted to have some nicer clothes at the tailor, but I don't know.
I mean, we could pop in and see if we can get him something, surprise him.
Do you guys want to try to look for him?
Well, yeah, we'll go shopping for him.
We just don't know. We don't know his size though. We just know he's taller than us.
We'll guess.
Okay.
We'll assume
a nice hat.
We'll assume for brevity's sake that you guys meet. This town is super small. Let me tell you the population of Krezk. I think I even have it listed. Did you guys know what I think Krezk is like a population of like 500 people at most. It's pretty small.
107 now.
It's under the articles section. You guys, for brevity's sake, it's a small city. There's not that many houses. A population of 500 people that live in this city. You guys find Marcus and them in the town square. I'm going to move the time up a half an hour. What do you guys do? It's 7:30.
We maybe going to this winery if we want to make it there before dark and back.
Yes, it's our obligation towards the Burgomaster.
Yeah, we could head out.
Yeah, I'm done to start walking.
You guys ready to head out to the winery, or do you guys want to go up to the Abbey?
Ooh.
You guys are all together kind of in the at the quote-unquote town square.
Well, I wanted to do one thing really quick with the Burgomaster. Is that how it's pronounced?
Burgomaster Dimitri.
Yes, Dimitri. I wanted to talk to him really quick.
You go to his house, knock on the door. He opens it during the day. Yes, priest.
Why is it in such disrepair, the sanctuary?
We call it the Shrine of the White Sun. We don't know who God it is.
That's spelled too.
But that's probably why it's so forgotten. That God has not been here for some time. He looks at the sky as it is cloudy out.
I'm going to get this curse off of this land. That has to be why she can't be here. And when she comes back, I want that repaired.
You want us to repair it?
Yeah.
He holds out his hand. He's like, maybe you can hire some carpenters from Vallaki to come here.
That's fine. How much do you want?
3 gold pieces.
Yeah, we'll hand him over 3 gold pieces.
Or you could just do it yourself.
No, I don't know how to build, and I don't have the strength for that.
He's like, well, I'll do my best.
I appreciate it. And then I will be back up.
You're very kind.
Thank you.
Burgomaster Kreskov.
Yes.
Do you know of anyone, or do you have a map of this area?
Us folk, we don't travel out too much. We don't see too many people, and the people that are rude and don't want to help, we don't let them in. You've been pretty nice, though. But we have no maps. We're not any type of cartographers, but maybe the lady, the Imperium, might have something, a knick-knack of some kind.
And
you could always try
here.
The only library I know of is up in the Abbey. Some type of old library maybe the abbot uses. That's what I've heard, at least. It's an old building and might have some books still in there. Most of the people here don't read too well, though.
One of my companions mentioned that there may be something unsavory up in the Abbey. I don't want to conduct business on your area unless you want us to take a look.
Make a persuasion roll as you're trying to draw information out of the Burgomaster. I'll have you guys start rolling more, I guess, since I can't even cheese the rolls. And what I'll do is, going forward on my Excel sheet, I'll roll out of game, like your stealth rolls and stuffy.
Dang.
What'd you roll? 24? Holy
24.
Marcus, being a very handsome 18-year-old lord. You know, he kind of respects the nobility. You know, him, he's not even at like a lord status. He's the burgomaster, but he's not a lord. You know what I mean? Where you're like dressed above your station. That's why you had to pay like 1 or 2 gold to even get in here to be taxed. And he says, I do not want to speak ill will of the abbot, but he did save my son's life. But he does work in mysterious ways.
How did he help your son?
My son died of an illness. And we prayed to our gods. The god of twilight, Nyneer. And thank the Lord, the abbot must have heard our call. And he came down from the abbey. He points to the abbey up the hill. And our son was buried in the earth for 1 week. All hope we thought was lost. And praise be to Nyneer. He like sheds a little tear. The abbot saved him, and he rose out of the earth.
He sounds kind, but maybe a little quirky. We have one or two of those in our party.
I could say the same thing about my wife. What do you guys do?
I was like, well, Burgomaster Krezk, I think we're going to go investigate the wine and have our end of the blood bargain. We'll be back before sundown.
A true man of your word.
I turned to the party and I was like, I think we should go and investigate the wine.
Aren't
Yeah,
we
let's
going?
go.
I thought we were going to the Abbey.
No. That's
No?
too creepy.
Okay.
We can go investigate the abbey later.
Okay. When we come back from the wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are heading south. So how it works is I have a rent. So you guys leave the city. The gates close behind you. The 4 guards up there, you know, they're all dressed in furs for the winter time. You're traveling out at daytime. It's going to take 4 hours to get there. So what I've done in this adventure is I've already rolled and prepped all the encounters pretty much. So you guys have already been traveling for 1 hour. So it takes another 4 hours to travel there. And based on how I roll, it also determines the encounters and things. You guys make it all the way to the winery with no encounters. But you guys, as you're approaching the winery, we're going to start moving the stuff on the map before maybe you guys might see something on the way to the winery before you want to go to the winery itself. I move the icon now. You see that, guys, on the map over here?
Ah.
Let me make sure I got this thing up. And you guys are at a crossroads. The Wizard of Wineries is on this path. This path, I will say, is unmarked. And this way, it says to Valaki. This is where, now in the morning, the Vistani traders have already left. So as you guys were leaving, you guys spent some time in the morning doing things. The Vistani guys have already left. There's probably, if you really wanted to catch them on the way east, you'd have to move like double time east. But you guys were supposed to, if you guys want to go to the Wizard of Wines, it's this way. It has been about 2 hours of travel time. What do you guys do?
The wine.
To the wine.
Do the wine.
Yeah.
We'll have,
We'll get some good
I
wine.
want Esmeralda to roll a survival check. Esmeralda is a master of the wood. She's also a master of tracking undead and other creatures. So having a ranger, you know, most people shit on rangers to be in their party. Well, not
So
really.
of survival, you said?
Of survival. You have to roll high. The DC is 20.
Damn.
Well,
Do you want to roll with inspiration or use your fate point?
No, I'm good. Yeah, sure. I'll use inspiration.
Delete your. Oh, let me delete your inspiration token.
Okay. It's right there.
Yep. I will
Let's
delete
roll
it.
again. Let's go.
Holy shit. The god of
There's a lot-
Rima favors you as a
There's a lot of
17
shit.
plus. You pick up some wagon tracks.
Oh, it's that frickin' wagon.
It's this wagon, but it's not just any wagon. You remember what the fortune teller told you about the wagon and the stranger. But as she looked at you when she said it, I don't know if you were actually here when you did it, because you might have been running late, but you recognized the wagon tracks. The wagon tracks are especially marked in a particular way. You look at the snow patterns and the mud. You look away. You're kind of rubbing away some of the snow drift. Since you rolled so high, they're faint. It's Van Richten's wagon traveling east. What do you want to do?
Well,
Your master
South.
wagon.
Did you find something? Tracking?
nothing of importance to the party. Let's keep heading south to the winery.
Okay.
All right, to the winery.
2 hours go by. So I'm going to move the icon here.
We're off to see the
You see a
wizard, the
broken
wonderful
you see a
Wizard of
broken
Wine.
trail that heads south. The Wizard of Wineries continues on the main path. And we're going to move you guys up to about there before our next encounter. Let me pull up some information if you want to role play for a couple minutes on your travel. Be my guest, guys, while I pull up the zone. See, I don't know where you guys are going to go, who you're going to meet, and all this other stuff. There's a lot of options and choice in the Curse of Strahd. So I have to prepare stuff as you guys go to new places and locations.
Only half of what is whole. A carnival wagon man. I wonder what she meant by that.
I don't think that little boy is alive.
Oh
Yeah.
no, of course he's not. Of course he's not. Did you
I
see
don't know
how
much
he was
about
eating?
magic, but bringing people back from the dead doesn't seem like a natural thing.
I couldn't check the chicken theory, so I couldn't really decide. Even though that didn't work with the ghost people, but you know.
What makes you think? Do you think the child has a problem?
The child died and is alive again.
Have you seen him eating? My God.
No, we were out. I just got
Marcus,
back
he
and went
makes
right
you
to
look
bed.
like a wimp in on a buffet.
Yeah.
He eats a lot. He could eat.
He eats like 3 times his body weight, literally.
He could eat Sinrose's body weight,
Yes.
and I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he did at dinner the other night. None of you were around, but literally like 4 bowls of porridge in a matter of 15 minutes.
I can't say I trust the Abbey based on the stories, but I don't know that town would be very happy if they knew we did something to the Abbey at the same time.
But if we can expose it,
It better be
it's
very.
tragic. But
The question is the Abbey beneficial to the citizens, or is it not?
So far, it seems like it.
That's what really matters.
we
Right?
didn't see what we saw in the window, though.
What did you
What'd you
see?
see in the
It
window?
was like, I don't know, it's these weird. They were like creatures, right?
I don't know.
They're like shrouded figures. They're like had layers of clothing on them. They sounded funny.
They saw us though. They saw us. I don't trust whatever's in there, and I don't want that town to suffer from whatever is in there.
I think this land's suffering from something.
If we can start cleansing the land bit by bit, then that would make me happy.
It starts to rain.
It's not snowing anymore.
Oh no, I see rain. That's
It's
bad.
still snowing. I haven't cleared off the map and stuff, guys.
Sweet.
I see rain.
Well, when we return, I can determine if the child's still alive.
Rose Meyer loses an umbrella for himself.
Did you say illusion one? Will it even do anything?
You guys
just go through it.
I mean,
I don't know if I actually got the models, and I don't know if I prepared the NPCs for this, guys.
Oh no.
But it's okay. I'll try my
World of
best.
fantasy.
It's a world of fantasy.
provides.
You guys approach about a half mile outside of the road becomes muddy trail. Let me see if I got the audio going on correctly. It's very quiet because it starts to rain. Let me change it up real quick.
Still would like to visit that tailor. I forgot.
You have clothes on, you're fine.
It's not too often that we get to travel this far north.
Cold, metal armor, it'll all work out. I can make a fire for you.
I'm not so much
Wanna
worried
be
about the
real.
cold as I am about trying to collect some items from here.
Just
As
be
memory.
thankful, Mallory and Irina, we're gonna go buy you some clothing. Who knows how ill-fitting that could have been.
Oh, that would have been nice.
See, I told you it would have been a good idea. But no.
Irina has some good fashion. Just look at her.
That is fair.
Like, show off my cloak. I'm like, ugh.
They come back, cloak 3 sizes too small.
Okay, I'm good to go, guys. I'm sure. I think I got it. You guys are approaching the vineyard. After a half mile of the road, it becomes muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into a dark woods. The signpost to the west reads Vineyard. That's where you guys went. The light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south to a slaty building. The fog takes on a ghostly form and swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines.
Oh no.
Here
not
and there
much
you
fun.
see roped, handled barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large strand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning you. Come here. What do you guys do?
What does he look like again?
He has a cowl and a dark cloak. Make a perception roll.
Now, Ulysses,
Everyone, or
There's 7 of you guys. You're in your marching order. Going down, you're about 50 feet from this guy.
Whoops. It's +3, so it's 15.
Yep. You see him. I mean, he's a man. Please come
He's a
over
man.
here. Lord, I need your help.
You need help. I start like trotting over.
What do you guys do? I'll go with Marcus.
follow. Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are just doing stuff so you can kind of move the story. I mean, unless you guys want to do something different from what I say, then we do it. I say you all go with Marcus. You approach the man. He says, Lord, the druids from the south have overtaken my winery. Can you help?
Druids.
He nods. He's like, and you're at like a camp now, I want to say. Like a makeshift camp. And he is just, with his family. There's a few makeshift tents or whatever. They've kind of run away. They're like, they just came. We've been staying here for a while, but they must be looking for the gem, or they've taken it already.
Gem?
It's how we make the wine. The sun does not grow here, so we have to use magic and bending to make the wine. Will you help us, Lord? What do you guys
I
do?
look to the party.
I mean, yeah, we got a motive.
Gotta.
We got a goal to do. Let's go questing. Let's go.
Are you the merchants that help out with
Our family name is
people
called the
of-
Markovs. My family and we make sure the Barovia has all the wine they need.
I'm always down to help.
We make it with the vineyard here, and we need our gems if these druids did not take it from us.
Can you tell us anything about them? How many there are, or what their motivation is?
They ran us out.
Then I say we go.
Be careful. Are you going to help them?
Yes.
Okay. You guys continue down the road.
So druids, I think maybe Nodi can just talk to them and it's gonna be fine.
Now, let me describe some of the climate. Like when you're in Krezk, it's kind of snowy because it's more in the hills and mountains. But you guys have kind of come down into the valley of Barovia here, this beautiful valley. You've traveled through the woods and you've kind of traveled. So the snow is gone now, pretty much. Maybe I have the temperatures a little messed up. The authors and stuff, they didn't really think about the weather and stuff that much. You guys can roleplay as you guys are traveling to the vineyard now. As I
What
put
would
out
druids want with wine?
the
I don't
battle
think
board.
Doesn't want wine.
I
Maybe
don't
it
think
makes the
it's the
plants
wine.
unhappy?
I don't think it's the wine. I think it's whatever they're using to make the wine is probably sacred to them, and they stole it from the druids, and now the druids are trying to get it back.
Oh, the gem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think that druids are in the right here?
Most likely. Because if he's saying that he has something that can replace the sun, that is likely a druidic artifact.
It could be that the druids just want it because they've had it for forever. It doesn't mean they necessarily stole it.
Well, we can find out what happened, but remember, our blood oath is just to return the wine that was purchased by the local town.
I don't know if that was really a blood oath. I think it was more verifying we weren't vampires.
You think?
Yeah. By his reaction when I asked him about such creatures. I think it's a test.
Okay.
Do you want to be the one to take that risk?
I mean,
it's
I
not
didn't make
Aragog
the
that's
blood
taking
oath.
that risk. It's Arena.
Was it Esmeralda or Noni or
It was Irina that took the blood oath.
was it Irene?
Yeah, but when you start getting into these lands, they associate us.
It's fair enough.
I can't tell if you were talking, Irina, but I didn't hear you.
You muted, I think.
We can't hear you.
Oh my
Irina.
god, I was muted because I was eating parm bites.
They're
Anyways,
just, sacrificing you and you had nothing to say.
yeah. Just in my corner eating, stress eating my rations.
You are eating a lot of the rations I gave you. Are you
Yes.
sure you're okay?
I have not eaten in a week.
Maybe you'd
Technically,
want
that's true.
some tobacco.
Tobacco?
No, that
I
will not
don't-
help you.
I don't mess with tobacco.
Say no
Thank
to
you.
drugs, small child. Say no to drugs.
Just tobacco. I'm
Mushrooms are okay. They're naturally occurring.
That's the spirit.
I mean, I'm sure maybe we can talk to them and there's maybe a compromise, like, oh, like, give them the gem for, like, 6 months and then give it back to the druids for 6 months, like,
Yeah.
custody, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure they could coexist. There's
Druids would be very kind to that if it was there to begin with.
Or the druids could live on
Yes,
the
let me
vineyard.
take something from your house. Let me steal it, and then you can have it for 6 months, and then I'll have it for 6 months, and we'll call that a compromise.
I mean,
Or-
that's reasonable for me.
Can't the druids help
Mallory.
out the winery?
Yeah,
No.
why don't the druids just live
You're still under the assumption that they stole it. We don't have any verification of that.
I guess we'll find out. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know anything about these people, so we'll just figure something out.
Sunlight
Let's see.
and wine could be important as a way to purify water. As you saw the birth that happened, they were in dirty water. Actually, that's one thing I wanted to do is purify that water.
Well,
You want to purify the water that Noni has?
No, that the birthing was taking place. But for another time. Conscience.
This frickin' map. I thought I had this all built out, guys, because I remember putting it down and everything.
It's okay. I'm not impatient.
I know, you guys are being very patient.
What do you think was wrong with the child being born?
Without a soul. I don't believe people are born without souls.
That's
Yeah,
the
I don't
basement.
either.
This thing had it. I remember.
By the
seeing
way,
it.
I don't put much stock into what Madam Eva said. I pray to my God every morning and he bestows to me powers to help people. So there still must be a beam of light coming through these clouds.
I heard nothing from Valtun when I prayed to her yesterday.
Do you feel empowered though by your God? Or do you have the ability to cast and bend?
I don't.
Not all magic requires the gods.
Ah, but the good ones do. And I have
I wouldn't
mine.
be so quick to dismiss Madam Eva.
No, I just don't know if I believe that it's all hope's lost. My God's still bestowing me powers.
Fate is a tricky thing. It's not quite 100% written.
You said something with mine about being a hero. I don't know if I would be a hero. I can't do anything alone.
All I know is I need to find this carnival wagon man.
Really?
Yes. She said that there's a weapon of vision and sunlight to banish Bull's greatest soldier.
The holy sword of sunlight, that's what she said.
Yes.
A man who isn't what he seems.
And Irina, what on earth did you do to gain a curse from the gods?
I couldn't tell you, man. It's been a hell of a week. It's been oof.
And you remember nothing of your past.
I had a brother. I could tell you that. He was a shit brother.
Oh.
But that's about it. Other than that, I don't really know. I know that I knew Strahd at one point.
What?
Yeah.
That's
That's
new
important.
information.
Yeah, he touched me and I had a vision when he did.
When did he touch you and what was the vision?
Marcus, it was
that's-
when you were all lovey-dovey with the vampire.
Yes, that. I don't remember much. I just remember
Plus.
little snippets just of him. And that's it.
It's a very charismatic man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave all of the talking to Marcus if he ever talks to us, because I can't handle him.
Talk to who?
Strahd, if we ever talk to him again.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Oh no, we got
You
I got
disconnected.
kicked.
Wee woo.
Oh no!
Damn.
I also do.
I will re-invite you guys.
Okay.
Why can't you handle Strahd?
He's too charismatic for me.
Oh.
This guy
And I'm
did.
not a
I,
very
this is
big
one of those
people
situations,
person.
guys. I wish I was a little more
Immature
prepared. The guy did
That's
not
okay.
build out the exterior. So I have maps in World Anvil. Then there's maps in Tabletop. He did not build out the full map of because it's not in the book either. Other DMs have built additional content. So this is additional content. Okay, but I will re-invite you guys. This is really good though. You guys need to talk
That man-
more, like what you guys are doing, to figure out what the hell is going on.
That man from the traveling merchants, he said to be very careful not to be deceived or turned. Missed.
Yes, that's why I don't want to talk to him.
It makes sense.
I'm not much of a people person to begin with, and
It's worse around attractive men. That's why she can talk to you.
Very true.
he's to be married.
Not anymore. His wife to be has definitely left him.
Speaking of that, what do we do with that? Do we just forget
She'll
Ian's-
join the afterlife.
Yeah, just it's fine.
Okay.
At this point, it's what the year like 970. You guys are from 6 something.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
very good for my age.
No. we're
Yeah,
from
I think
four.
it doesn't really matter at this. But yeah, that's even worse. I honestly think it doesn't even matter at this point.
Pretty sure anyone I knew.
Anyone
Okay.
trying to go for you, Arena, will be a cradle robber. It's fine.
I will say I'm not sure exactly how much the time.
How old are you,
changes.
Irina?
I
I think you're like 20 or 19 or something like
I'm
that.
like 20 something. Yeah.
You're quite
Yeah,
young.
but considering how much older we
young.
are than you, presumably,
Presumably.
you would
I-
be.
This is what you
probably
guys see as you're
pre-cradle.
approaching the vineyard. I think I put all your models in marching order. I can move you back a little bit farther. The map is, this is about, I would say, to scale, because this is the outdoor map. This is the winery. Nothing seems unusual as you are approaching it.
Is there anyone working in the fields?
There is no one working in the fields, so to speak.
Are there any grapes? Like, wait, what do you mean, so to speak?
I mean, you're not seeing anything. Roll a
Okay.
perception check. I'm assuming you're, by the way, this is where we're doing, you guys are just standing out there. This is where you take a 10, right? So just to kind of speed it up, nothing seems unusual.
Okay.
Hey,
I swear I
Yes.
saw this stuff built out, so I don't know where it went or what happened, guys. So I just slapped in. So this is what I can do if there's a map or something like this that some other DM has built. I just use like a custom board like this and plop it in. So you guys are marching forward. Noni
Can I,
marches forward.
Yeah, I go through the vineyard.
Okay, let's stop for a second as people are moving forward. Everybody needs to stop as I will describe something that happens. In the vineyard, you hear the rustling of dead vines all around you. A man shapes emerge from the vineyard, their limbs crackling as they trudge forth through the mist and rain. We can roll initiative if you want, or what do you guys want to do?
I would like to go into stealth.
What I'm asking, so we're already kind of assuming you're in stealth,
Okay.
Esmeralda, but I'm
That's
asking
fine.
what everybody's doing now.
Oh, how tall are the
All of these,
vineyards?
they're about, they're a little over probably, they're probably about 6 feet tall, but the rustling comes all around this.
And then, yeah, do I see anything? Like what it looks like, whatever the rustling is?
The vines are rustling. You can't determine what's happening right now.
I was like, people, I would back away a little bit. Looks like
You're right out in the open. You have one more round to decide.
Do you want to
One or two more rounds?
Can we all sneak up, or?
Well,
hold
Marcus
my
is in
daggers.
full plate mail, clanking around. He can't really stealth around, guys. Esmeralda has stealthing up ahead, I'm assuming. But, oh, god damn it. What do you guys want to do? This is why it's super important to prepare as the DM, because there's so much fucking shit. I mean, I've read through this content, guys, like maybe once or twice already, but I didn't know where you guys are going to go, so I'm trying my best to get all the last thing I need to do, guys, is get all the maps.
Don't worry about it. We'll
yeah,
just
all the stuff.
role play if
Yeah,
there's a
you're doing-
downtime.
We'll just.
Okay, I'm looking what's happening. I know what's out there now. I got its stat sheet pulled up. I'm giving you guys 2 rounds to decide what you're going to do. That means you can either move your character. We're going to just simplify this a little bit. We're going to roll initiative. Everybody has their initiative counter correct?
Yes.
Remember too, we have a sprint action. I haven't put out the monsters initiative yet because they have not revealed themselves at this time. Esmeralda, you're up first with a 23.
Oh,
We should probably get away from the vines, people.
So this is, you guys get 2 rounds to decide what you're going to do as creatures and things like that are emerging out of the vines. I will say it's over 2 dozen. What do you guys want to do?
Okay.
Book
Turtle
it.
up.
Just book it. I would just book it.
You have to decide quickly as we are now in combat essentially.
Do I see any, like, near me?
You can make a move and an action. I'll make a perception roll. God damn it, these fucking assholes. I'm gonna have to just. I don't have them. Let me pull out some models. Give me a second.
Should I do a perception roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm busy scrambling for stuff.
Yeah. 13?
No, you don't see anything really.
Okay, I just pull out my rapier and short sword.
You arm yourself.
And prepare for a reaction.
Prepare for something. Yeah, if something gets close to you. So let's go down the line. Mallory?
Okay, I think I'm gonna go closer here. That's 6. Crossbow ready if I see something.
Guys are kind of just readying yourselves.
Yes.
I don't really want to fight that many people. Oh wait, it's not even my...
I have...
Who's up next? We're up Mist.
I'm...
This is your time to prepare spells, actions, things like you want to do. Marcus has not cast a death ward on himself.
I thought that was presumed every morning.
Okay, if you want to do that, it's still on then, because you've only been traveling for 4 hours. Mist, what do you do?
Well, it's an 8-hour spell. Okay.
That's correct. You guys need to act quickly. I'm going to just run over your turn. 15 seconds.
I'm gonna cast Bless on the
You have
three...
to touch people or you can see them?
Um,
What's the spell's range?
that's what I'm looking at.
30 feet.
Yeah. So Marcus...
We'll do the measuring where your character's at. 30 feet is like how many inches? Like anybody here, really, I think. I think
much.
Noni's out of your bless range. You can also move, though. You can take a move action. Who do you want to bless?
I'm gonna bless Marcus, and then I'm gonna bless... I want to get close enough to Noni, so I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
So Marcus, Noni, and I guess Irina.
Okay. You have bless, which I think means you get to add d4 to saving throws and attacks and damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Let's go to the next person initiative, which is Noni. The disappearing Noni on camera.
Sorry, I'm having problems with my dog.
Your dog's giving you some grief?
Yeah.
How dare you?
If you need to take a break, that's fine. I can RP your character.
No. So I will hold I will ready a spell.
What are you readying?
Actually, I'm just gonna hold and grab Irina by the hand, and then if it looks like things are coming towards us,
They're coming from all around you. Through the vines and everything like that.
I don't
There's a
see
man
any place
out there.
to hide, right?
Just put out some rain effects to kind of get you guys in the mood a little more.
I don't see any place to hide, though. Correct?
You can try to go up to the vines. So how hiding works is you can try to go up to the vines and do a stealth action.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna wait,
You're just waiting. You're holding. What spell are you holding again?
I'm not even gonna hold any. I guess I'll hold a frostbite.
So how holding spells works, guys, is you ready a spell, but essentially you're casting it, you're holding it, but if you don't use it, the spell slot is still wasted.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with a cantrip, frostbite.
Okay,
So I'm
frostbite,
holding on
you're
to the
still in your
frostbite.
normal half-elf form, though. Let's
Yep,
go down the line.
and-
Let's go to Irina. You can move your character if you want to. Irina, what are you doing?
What the hell I'm gonna do? I could...
Bardic Inspiration is always a nice little fallback default.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action. As you whip out your loot or whatever, I guess.
I like whatever the hell I have. I'm going to... Yeah, screw it. Let's inspire somebody. Alright.
You can inspire yourself or other people and then just mark it on your sheet. Who do you want to inspire?
I'm gonna inspire Noni.
Okay.
Go You're gonna be like, wow, and you're gonna be inspired.
It'll get better. You can also try to maybe get some sound effects, you know, on
Yeah.
your end, and then you can. I think you can play them through your
So I
computer.
roll a d6, right?
Yes. And then Noni's going to add that to her inspiration token.
Or
We're going down the line to Marcus.
Say, back up, everyone. Who's out there?
Okay, Marcus calls out to what's out there. No response. What else do you do, Marcus?
Go yourselves, druids.
Too
Okay.
bad for stealthing.
Let's go to
yeah, I guess.
let's go to Sinrose.
So, quick
So
question.
initiative has been rolled. Your mirror image contingency has kicked.
That's what I was gonna ask. So it's my choice whether the mirror image actually triggers, but I was gonna say I would have it trigger here.
It
So-
triggers automatically as a free action.
In that case, I will put two mirror images. I will put two
Just grab some tokens and put them out, or use your paint thingy.
right there.
Do you guys like
Do
this
mine
ambient music? This is custom ambient music made for Curse of Strahd for each location you guys go to.
The why it's like that, but we'll say two minor illusions of Sinrose, like right on the edge of the stuff right over here.
Okay, you put some blobs there. What are they exactly?
Just think basically just two more Sinroses looking into the mist out there.
Okay, they're
Or
just
not mist.
they're just still images though, but they're there as long as you're within 30 feet of them. Let's go. So that's the first round. The figures are getting closer as they're rustling through the vines. Maybe 24 figures of some kind, and I will put out one model. A druid.
Ah.
He is coming from, we'll say he's here. Now, I just grabbed some random Joe Blow model out of there. This is probably not the real good model of him, but it serves our purpose. Because I'm just doing this we're doing this the D&D way, guys. Completely improv. So there he is. And then there's a ton of crap moving throughout the brushes. He has just moved up, essentially. He notices something over here, but he hasn't quite identified it. He has one more round to go. We're going to start from the top of the round, Esmeralda.
Do I see anything closer than that one druid?
No, not right now. I mean, make a perception roll. DC is 15.
Nope.
No.
I stay there with my weapons out, ready for reaction.
Okay. I can't shrink these guys down anymore, but they're actually small size. Okay. Let's go down the line to Mallory.
I kind of want to book it, but at the same time, we said we're not gonna book it, so I don't know what
Your gun
to
is
do.
cocked. Jamie is ready.
Yeah, Jamie's ready, but I got the crossbow out first. I don't know what to do. I'll just keep going. I'll be close to Esmeralda if something happens.
Okay. Move your character to Esmeralda. Let's go down the line to... No, missed.
Sorry, if I do double movement, can I get to... that's gonna break her sneak, never mind.
You don't see her. She's gone.
Okay.
She's disappeared into the vines. Let's
Okay.
go to Mist.
It's gonna move up. Over by her. That's it.
Okay. You've blessed everybody. Let's go to Noni. Your cantrip is still being held.
Yep. I see the druid though, right?
You see him.
Alright, I'm gonna move up.
He has taken notice to some movement over here. You have now moved into visual sight unless you want me to kind of make a perception roll. You want to move stealthily.
No, I'm not moving stealthily. I am gonna hold up a hand and say, "Hello, friend," in Druidic.
He sees you.
We mean you no harm. We just wish to talk.
Stop eating all the rations.
Irina's just sitting there stressed
I
eating.
can't help it. I have so many now. I got a whole pizza. I gotta eat it.
He looks at you with a... You're saying to him in Druidic, your secret language, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am saying it to him in Druidic.
He doesn't recognize you, really. He has sort of a different look about him. Mud is strewn across his face as you get a better look at him. He doesn't really look friendly. Let's go down to the next person. Let's go to Mark. I'm sorry, Irina. He doesn't respond to your query.
Am I allowed to hide? Is that something I can do?
You tell me. You should know your character sheet back and forth.
Okay.
You've inspired. Your inspiration lasts for 10 minutes, but you know, resource management is a
Can
thing.
I make my cloak look like, I don't know, something that I could kind of like try and...
Yeah, you want to change what your
like
you want to try to give yourself you want to make it look like
leaves or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
it would give you advantage if you
grapevines
want to make
on
a
it,
stealth
you know what I
roll
mean?
or something, maybe. I'll allow it, but the cloak doesn't really look like that. It's supposed to replicate another exact cloak, magical cloak.
What?
So you could actually pass. You could
Hold
actually
on, let
pass
me
it off.
read it.
Yes, I know what it does. You could actually pass it off as like another magical cloak of some kind, like a cloak of. But yeah, I'll allow it. So you get
I
advantage.
could change it to look like anything, although I can duplicate the appearance of other
right.
magic cloaks and it can't gain their magical properties.
I stand corrected, Irina.
It's okay, you're fine. I just...
Do you want to try to make a stealth roll with advantage up against the vines?
Screw it.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's roll a stealth roll for you. Roll it on your own. Roll 2d20s plus your stealth. Pick the higher roll. Let's go down the line to
2d20s
Marcus.
Plus my stealth.
And we're going to move your character like kind of near the vines over here. And you should have the movement thing there. I don't know why.
My stealth is
Toggle. Marcus, what are you doing?
I say, people, I would not get too close to the vines. Noni, what do you see?
No, Marcus is back here. What's this black token for?
This is my reminder that I'm blessed.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I need to put out tokens. I think, Noni, you actually have tokens of bless. Let's go to Mist. I'm sorry, Mist. I thought I put tokens out for you. Where are they at? There was a bag or something I missed.
I can cast that too. But
It's a number token here. Sorry, see this number, this blue number token? If I highlight over your bag, if I actually hold my mouse over your bag, it says bless/guidance. So take this token to whoever you bless with and slap it right next to him with the number you rolled, so we don't forget.
Okay.
Because that's a number I think you add to the roll. They don't roll it every time. It's just a fixed number. See, I try to do my homework as best I can, guys.
I think you roll it every time.
You roll it every time?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm reading it right now.
Okay. Let's go to Sinros.
Yeah,
Marcus is way in the back, guys. You guys have moved up out of him. But Marcus being a little more cautious and not very stealth prone, you know, himself with all of his heavy armor. The armor of vengeance will never let him allow to roll a stealth roll without disadvantage, by the way, guys. Let's roll. Let's go to Sinros.
Yeah, I guess best thing to do here is I'm gonna go and get some mage hands out on the field just in case. So we're just gonna say there's two invisible mage hands. I'll put one. They need to be okay. They're 30 feet as well. So let's just put them both.
I've kind of made like a little fortress back here of illusions and a little wall of force maybe right here, which would have to be a strength roll, something to try to pass through it.
So yeah, I have a bonus action for the mage hands. I'm trying to change the color. I don't know why it's not changing the color of the things.
I don't know.
Signify.
You can try, because you had it yellow last time. Marcus is white,
Yeah,
so
like
I don't know why.
A different color, but it's not like actually taking.
Yeah, you got see the color there. It's if I go to F2, which is the draw one, the 5th selection down is the color. My color is listed as black, so you could probably click that circle and then change it if you want to. Okay, guys, it's now my turn, I'm going to assume. And I'm going to bust out 30 models. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What are
8,
those?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We'll move some up. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, obviously, I would have liked to change their directions and things like that. I can try to do that a little bit. Let me describe what you see. Okie dokie. They're like humanoid, but small. But they're like made of vines that twist together. Something evil. This is not good. And there's 30 of them. I said there was 24 of them, guys. They're just rustling through the vineyards. They've come out from like outside this map. Right? Now, normally the DMs don't even put this crap out, I guess. But I gave you guys some times to do this. The druid says, commands all of them. Kill them. It is now the top of the round at Esmeralda.
Did we hear that, by the way? Or like what?
He does because he says it in Druidic, so you don't understand.
No.
Urashia. Noni understands it as Druidic, though. Esmeralda.
I would like to cast Hunter's Mark.
So let's put a token out, and that requires concentration. So I'm just going to drop this little token out here, or you want to just do it?
Okay.
Let me change the color tint on it to red. Oh, it didn't work. So anyways, put it on. You want to just put it on this target here? That takes a bonus action, right?
Correct. Yes, it takes a bonus action. And
All
then I'm going to go up to it, and I'm going to hit it with my rapier.
Let's roll to hit. To speed up combat, guys, they have an AC of 13.
Okay.
You hit.
7 is a sneak attack.
They're pretty fragile. They just drop. They're like a bunch of little twigs put together.
Okay.
This encounter, by the way, is I've kind of like set them. This is based off the advice of another DM of where I actually put you guys in Barovia to start with. So this whole encounter is built around your level. So they're just a pile of sticks. You just go up and slash across its chest. It splits it to it and is destroyed. Your Hunter's Mark is now removed. Maybe you should have saved that for the druid.
I think she can move it, right?
Yeah, I can move it.
Oh, after it dies, right?
Yeah, but it has to be a bonus action, so I'll have to wait till my next turn.
Okay. I don't know. You don't have spell slots for that, right? It's just you can do it every time?
It's just a concentration. Yeah,
You can just do it every time, though. Okay. Let's go down the line to the next person, which is Mallory.
It is, yes. Just trying to check the measurements. You said we can like double dash so that eliminates my thing, right?
Sprint?
You can do a sprint action.
I don't
you can
know how
run
that
up right
works.
next to him, but your dash is double movement, but you lose your whole turn, essentially, because you can't shoot unless you do an action surge.
Yes, unless I do my action surge to shoot. I don't know what to do. Let's just shoot at this. I don't have the ding thing.
15-minute warning.
Yeah, all right. Let's go shoot it. Normally that's
It's a hit.
yeah.
Who are you trying to shoot at? The druid?
No, I'm gonna I don't have the arrow thing when
What
I
arrow
have to
thing?
select.
Oh, you hit
But,
F4?
Oh, F4. Okay. Yeah.
F4, and you can just double click it. Yep. Rolled it. These guys
there you go.
only have a few hit points, guys. So there's 30 of them, so we're trying to speed up the combat before we log.
Yeah. So that's 7 damage.
It's destroyed.
Okay.
The bunch of twigs break and spark, but there's still like 30 of them out here. Heaven help you. All right, let's go to the next person down the line, as you guys are just mowing through these little guys right now. Let's go to Mist.
I'm gonna cast well, I'm gonna move up real quick, hold on. And I'm gonna cast on that one over there. Sacred
Oh,
Flame,
wait.
which is-
Like, hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta look something up. Why don't you think about what you're gonna do?
Okay.
Because you're making a lot of noise out there. The gun fires off.
Wasn't the gun, it was the crossbow.
Yeah.
I mean, it still does noise, but it's like, instead of doing a bang, it's like a...
Okay.
I don't know, like...
I have to just look up because we're in a kind of a conditional fight. All right, I gotta set out the round counter. We're on round number 1. What do you want to do, Mist?
I'm gonna shoot Sacred Flame. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He needs to be 13.
You beat it.
God dang it. It does nothing then.
Oh.
That's it. I don't do anything else.
This combat encounter is a little complex, so let's just say there's guys in the house. We go to Irina. I'm sorry, Noni, right? I messed up already. I made him move messed up.
First thing. Alright, since he said that we're all going to die, she's going to say, back to him in Druidic, big mistake, and drop Moonbeam on him. First off.
I need to make a save.
Yep. Constitution, 14.
Yep. Passes.
And
He doesn't take damage till
he'll
it's his
take
turn.
half damage.
Not
Yeah,
till his
he'll
turn,
take-
though, right?
Correct. He will still take damage on his turn, and then she's going to turn into the wolf.
Okay, change your model.
And then she has 50 feet of movement at that point, which I believe is 10 inches.
Yes, and then you,
There.
with the Crown of Orion, you have an extra 10 feet of movement.
That's right, which means she should have enough to get to him, so she's just going to go ahead and bite.
Yes. Well, your action is you used a bonus action, but you cast a spell with
That's right.
concentration. So you use the bonus action, so your turn is now over. But you're right up next to him. Is that what you want to be?
Yep.
You don't get to an attack,
Can't
though.
attack yet. Then
You wanna back him off?
I forgot. Yeah, I forget that I can't actually attack. He's also an action.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to
So I
sin
will
roast
back
me
here.
with like a million actions. Let's
That's
go.
good, so I multi-class into fighter, and then I will have it.
There you go. Then you action surge him. Let's go to Irina, right? Yep.
Yeah. How many inches can I move?
6. Right?
6,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
You're moving through rough terrain through the vineyards. That's
Shit,
double
so-
movement.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back here. Just a little bit.
What are you doing?
I don't think. Let me just real quick see how long. So that's. I could do that. Technically, I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and cast Shatter over here.
Okay.
It has a 60 feet range, and it's in a 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. Okay.
Just because you're a new player, and I want to make sure that you're aware of this, Shatter does let out a thunderous sound that can be heard for about a mile. So just factor that into what you're about to do.
Wait, really?
Mist sees movement coming from the winery.
Oh, that's dumb. Guess I can't really.
Since you guys just like walked into this place, you guys didn't like stealth ahead or send Sinros's ferret up.
Send someone in the circle of death.
I'm
we
just
make-
gonna sit here then, because I can't really.
You're not doing anything?
I can't really do anything.
You don't have a crossbow or anything like that?
No, I have a
Or
dagger.
should have asked the blacksmith.
Yeah.
You do
Poor Mr.
know
Stern.
that this guy probably has a higher intelligence than a 4 if you want to yell something at him.
Yeah, your vicious mockery spell. You have a few cantrips, right, that you picked up, or did we change those feats for you? We screwed you.
I do have. Yeah, I have a couple. Well, I've got vicious mockery, and that's. Yeah.
A little bit helps.
I guess I could be like. Is it even within? Yeah, he said within range. I'm gonna pop my head up. I'm gonna go. Leafy idiot. Leaf boy, little leaf man. That's what I'm gonna say.
I need to make a save.
Yeah. 14.
Alright. This fight's about to get really interesting, folks. Let me roll.
Time cube on Asbog. There we go.
I know, show the time cube on me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pulling up, like, guys. He never rolls a nat 20.
Great. Okay.
The power of the
usually
woods
happens.
comes to me. You will all die in this yard. Let's go down the line to Marcus. If you want to move you've already moved your character and cast a spell. Your turn is over. Marcus, you're up.
I moved next to these two mage hands. I was like, get out of the area.
Was that his turn?
That was Irina's turn. I've moved up to Marcus's turn. I'm at the very end. You can look at the initiative counter here, because this fight is complex.
Enemy in here anywhere.
Marcus, you just take one step forward and say, what? You just like trying to taunt him or something?
I was like, say, get out of the vine area, and I fire Eldritch Blast on this guy.
Which guy?
I don't know.
That's partial cover, so it's -2.
But don't forget to add 4.
Yep.
Your D4 to hit, right?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, he rolled. I did check. They roll it every time.
Yeah, it's a little complex. They need to make D&D nat 20.
At 20.
We'll assume it's destroyed as this gavel of justice goes out and incinerates it.
Trying to go for a double 20, the first one in the campaign.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Come
fudged
on.
it. You got a 19 there. You want to super
close.
blow it up under our special house critical rules. Let's go down the line to Sinrose.
Well, Sinrose is at a non-effective range, so that's great.
You can still move up and be within range as long as you're within 30 feet of these little guys. But right now, they're like pretty far away from you. I'm just going to tell you, like, your illusions are going to kind of not work.
Can I assume I can see things here? Like, I can see
It's
creatures?
partial cover, but you see movement. I put the models out. You can see them. So that means you can target them.
I'm going to cast a first level magic missile on the 3 right here.
Does it only affect one target, though?
No.
You're upcasting it, or how does it work? 3 targets? How much?
So you create 3 glowing darts of magic force. Each dart hits a creature you're choosing to in range.
Oh,
You
nice.
deal 1d plus 1 damage apiece.
How much damage apiece?
1d4 plus.
You might not kill them, but you can roll for each one of them.
I don't have a lot of here. Not at this range. If I get a little closer.
Do you want to? Can you roll it?
Yeah.
You're just rolling the damage of it. There you go. Let's roll it. We'll start from left to right on these models up here, as it kind of glitches out. So you get +1. So only one of them dies. I go left to right. This one dies. The other 2 are damaged. It doesn't do that much damage, right? You rolled kind of low. I'll just tell you what, guys. They have 4 hit points. It's my turn. I gotta see the speed of them. Did you re-stealth, Esmeralda? I don't think you can because you used your bonus action. You have to unmute yourself. I think you used your bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, so you can't re-stealth.
Correct. I was not re-stealth because I
Boom,
used
they're
Hunter's Mark.
they're in combat with you now. They're pretty small creatures. Their models don't do them justice. I'll probably change the models the next time we load up.
Where do I get the damage tokens from?
They were from on the head of the table up here. You can take the HP tokens there.
I think I'm just blind. I literally cannot see them.
It's okay. You have time to look as I'm moving a ton of models.
Thank you.
No problem.
It does not let me pick them up. Yeah, I have to pick one up myself. Okay.
Someone look up the entangle spell for me, please. He takes some damage, that's true. But he's not really that dumb. He's going to take a step out of the damage. And these ones are going to come up to attack you. You don't have an action ready.
What do you want to know for entangle?
He's going to cast Entangle on you three right here.
Oh.
You three are going to hit big hit. Roots come out of the ground and begin to ensnare you.
20-foot area strength save.
So do you have to make a strength save now or later on the start of your turn?
A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength save or be restrained.
At the start of their turn?
A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw.
You three make a strength save right now. As the roots from the vines come out to you guys.
Strength. This guy.
Get out of the area.
Ah!
Poor guys. They're just falling down on me.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I've got Percy's blessing. I'm so happy.
So what did you guys pass?
I got a nat 20.
Perfect. So you're not entangled or restrained. Anybody who else is... Noni's restrained, right? She rolled a 10.
You should have like a brick. It's like a 20-foot brick.
I rolled a 20.
Well, you rolled a 10. You rolled two 10s.
No, those two 10s were the damage I did to you.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I
So
rolled
you all
max
are
damage
not,
on my man.
You guys are not. You guys are not entangled. You guys rolled very well. I'm only going to allow a few attacks. These two guys are going to attack Noni. Now, normally I would have everything ready to go. Everybody passed, I think. Mist isn't in range of it. Oh, Mist has to roll. Did she roll?
Oh, I thought I wasn't in range.
No,
sorry.
you three are in range.
Do you have a 20-foot brick so they know where it is?
No.
Like
Does it have to go every round?
It just stays there now until the spell ends.
It's
a
concentration
spell. It's a difficult terrain, like where you're plopping it down.
So we'll assume that you guys are... Well, they're surrounded almost in combat. These guys weren't able to move up to you entirely, Mallory. Esmeralda, you're getting attacked by two guys.
Oh my...
Give me you guys, give me a second. You guys understand, like, usually I have everything ready to go, but for whatever reason, I didn't think you guys would come to the winery, so...
That's where we're supposed to go.
I'm trying to do my best
I
here
wanted
on
to
how
go
to
to the
wing
Abbey.
it. It is what it is, guys. It's fine. I'm going to have more, as the weeks go by, more things will be totally prepped.
Left,
Yeah, exactly.
It's alcohol. I wouldn't go.
Take a break. We can't.
Yeah, we're gonna just do the attacks to go to the top of the round. Let me see what the bonus is to attack. And then I need another damage. They're just little twig folk. So let's do 2 attacks on... Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
That's a critical on Esmeralda. For 5 damage, so immediately that is 4 plus 5. You take 9 points of damage, and you take a stack of exhaustion. Because that's how the critical system works. I'm going to roll another attack on Esmeralda. It misses. So that's the 2 I want attacking Esmeralda. 2 are attacking Noni. First attack, a nat... I did not roll a nat 20. I'm sorry, Esmeralda. I did not roll a nat 20 on you, did I? I did not. I rolled a 17. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
You only take 5 points of damage. Yeah, I'm sorry, Esmeralda.
I'm not.
You
Did
do
not
not
get
take.
one exhaustion.
So you don't
Okay.
get that one exhaustion stack. It's only on a crit. But I hit Noni once for 5 damage. A second attack on Noni is not a hit, as Noni begins to dart and weave around the twig folk. Let's move this HP token next to this guy right here a little more. That's the end of their turn for now, because that's as far as they can move. As being smaller creatures, they're not super nimble. The movement in the house continues to go. Something is happening as we go into round 2. Shall we call it a day?
Yeah, we're at 2 minutes to end.
We're at 2 minutes to end. We probably won't be able to go through a whole nother round of combat. But this is
I am
Curse of
restrained,
Strahd. In a nutshell, you guys, this is a difficult adventure, guys, so you have to really know your stuff. And I kind of messed this encounter up a little bit. They were supposed to come out on turn 1. But that's okay.
It's okay.
Now,
All right.
typically in the adventure, guys, I'll allow you guys to know this now. Originally, you guys were supposed to just book it basically right into the wine house and barred up the doors.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
But you guys with the hero artifacts are just too gung-ho. And maybe you guys can just dunk on this encounter. So we'll see what happens in our next game.